Hi everyone, my name's Sam Anstey from the Sale Football Netball Club. We welcome both Wonthaggi and Sale Football Netball Clubs and the umpires today. As you all are aware, Thursday was Anzac Day, which is 25th of April, is a national day of commemoration of Australia and New Zealand for victims of war and for recognition of the role of their armed forces. It marks the first major military action fought by Australian and New Zealand forces during the First World War. ANZAC stands for Australian and New Zealand Army Corps. Today we welcome Rob Phelan, Vice President of the Sale RSL, and we'll also have Jake Tilley on the trumpet as they present the Anzac Ode, Last Post, and observe a minute's silence in honour of the Anzacs.
They shall not grow old, as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun, and in the morning, we will remember them, lest we forget. Thank you very much.
Hudson Holmes, but it's a perfect day. I know Box mentioned it before the game. It's a perfect day for a forward, a big forward, to kick a nice bag of goals if they can get the delivery, which I expect they will. Egbalese off half-back's going to be quite crucial, I think, for the Sale side. this one's going to be a real battle, I think, of the midfields today, Darryl.
Who wins?
That is a great question, that. I think with the ins that Wonthaggi have got, they're going to make a lot more of a game of it than what we've seen in the past. But I think Sale might just slightly have an edge today.
Margin?
She's going to be close. I think let's give it 15 points.
All right, Boxer.
Yeah, look, I like Sale at Sale. They're a very good side here. For me, I've got a bit of an X factor to keep an eye on this afternoon too, Beast. It's Bodie Walker for Sale, number 21. He was early, even I think, a draft contention many moons ago as well, and he's not as fit as probably most players could be, but he's just got that little bit about him that if the ball gets down and they get enough entry inside 50, I'll give Sale every chance. So for me, Sale by 28 points. Scott?
Also, I think Sale, Wonthaggi just are missing those keys. You know, Sparks out of the middle and Hutchison up forward, Jordan Staley, and then those sort of guys are ones that aren't easily replaced. I think Sale will win. I agree with the boys. It's going to be close. 9 points for me.
All right, I'm going to go with a bit of an upset. I think Wonthaggi going to kick-start their season for the year. I like a couple of their inclusions into the side. Lindsay will help them in the middle. And you look at that midfield at the moment, Hutha, Lindsay, Jack Blair and Braden Duve. Not a bad sort of lineup in the middle. I think that's where the key will be. And I think, as I said before, if the half-forwards can stop the run of Sale's half-backs, I think they're half a chance. So for me, Wonthaggi going to win, and they'll win by a point.
I think that's a good call, Scott. I think Wonthaggi, everything's to play for today, and Paul's prediction there in regards to if they do lose, the difficulty they're going to have trying to get to finals footy too. So a lot to play for, a lot at stake as well. So we'll be. It's got all the makings of a great game.
So in the middle of the ground, we've got big Jack Leslie in there, Jack Johnson as well, with Shannon Lang and Hudson Holmes in the middle.
Can I go for Shannon Lang, a 4-bounce running goal for Zambrero goal of the day?
All right, see how we go there. Beast, all good to go?
Yeah, I'll go Bodie the Bus Walker, swing around that left foot, straight through the big sticks, I think.
All right, I'll go big Jack Leslie, a big torpedo from about 70 metres out, kicking towards the city end of the ground. Now the umpire's about to get things underway for this round 4 clash of the Alinta Energy Gippsland League. The Magpies will kick to the city end of the ground and they get the tap through Leslie. Jack Blair's there. Great to see him back out there. Little handball over the back to Schultz. Gets around one. Nicely done. Right foot kick to half forward. Jared Blair's the target. At his toes. He twists and turns. Open forward line. Right foot delivery is beautiful. Absolutely spot on. And he finds his leading full forward target, who will go back and have a shot for goal directly in front at about 40 metres out from goal.
A couple of the big players involved there, both the Blair brothers.
So looking to get Wonthaggi away to a good start. It's Anderson will come in. The right foot kick on its way. Make no mistake about that. That's how you start this game. And Noah Anderson gets the first for the Power.
Yeah, it's very interesting to see how they've started their Wonthaggi. They obviously lost the ruck battle in the middle there, but young Jack Blair jumped straight on that footy, rebound off half-back, and they were very quick to get it inside 50.
And on their Virtue Home scoreboard, 49 seconds it was when that goal went sailing over the umpire's head. It's 1 goal straight, Wonthaggi, 6 points to Sale yet to score.
Yeah, Josh Bates has got the job on Jared Blair this afternoon as well, so a massive job there for Bates, but it's back in the centre here now. First quick goal to the Power, so a great start from them. So it's Leslie Hutha, ball comes to ground, just bobbling around there. Duve gets a little quick kick out. Blair's there again for Wonthaggi, gets the back, ball over the back, pulls off 2-3, gets a handball at the back, goes to Lindsay, doesn't know where to go, but he goes back to Jack Blair. He weighs up his options, goes inside again to Anderson.
Oh, gee whiz.
And he's given plenty a lot of day to his Sale opponent at the moment. Just too much space there as well, so great work.
That's a move for Anderson. He's normally a winger.
Yeah, absolutely.
Throwing him up forward.
Yep.
The good part about it was there was plenty of space to run into as well. So Anderson, for the first 2 goals of the afternoon, he goes in short. A little set play. The kick was beautiful.
Oh.
Looking for McGinns. Cut off beautifully there by young Whitford for Sale. And he was happy just to get the ball over the line, and it's a point here to Wonthaggi.
1-1-7 Sale on the Virtue Home scoreboard. Sale yet to go into their forward half.
I think it was just a bit of a set play there for Wonthaggi. Unfortunately, the sun just got Cooper McInnes in the eyes.
So Igmalishi Smith went short, and then Hudson Holmes just sold a little bit of candy, lost the footy. They got it out wide. to Tainch, who dropped the mark that he should have taken. And then going to help out there was Lang. Gave a quick handball back to Tainch. His kick to half forward might be picked off though, and it will be. As now they come inboard the Power, and they get it to McGuinness. They handball backwards to Lindsay. Goes out to the near side. The transitional footy's good to Tiziani. Tiziani, again it goes to Anderson, and again finds some space on his defender. And he's becoming more than a handful. That's 3 marks inside forward 50 for the Power, all to Noah Anderson. And this time Anderson will go back and no doubt have a shot.
He's moving in the forward half there. He's moving sideways across that forward 50. He's got his opponent burned. I'm not sure who's playing on him, but he's going to have to really tighten up.
Certainly causing some handfuls at the moment. 3.5 minutes in. He's got the first for the Power. Anderson from 49 metres. Slideish angle. This time it's across the face of goal. The pack will form. Point of the square. It's in dispute. And Holmes will rush it through for a minor score.
And Wonthaggi 1-2-8 on the Virtual Home scoreboard, and they are leading by that margin over Sale, who are yet to score.
It's an exciting start here by Wonthaggi, the Power. It's like the intent is to come and play. Anderson's been a handful for the Sale side so far. So the kick in there by Malesi Smith was a beautiful kick too. Over to Holmes. His handball was cut off there by Johnson. Another again, then a great tackle there by Jack Blair on Shannon Lang. So quickly Jack Blair plays on, gets the ball inside 50 again for the Power, kicks the ball high and long. There's a lot of Sale players there, the ball's in dispute. And all it does is now goes through for another behind for the Power.
Taking him to 1-3-9 on the Virtual Home scoreboard. 9-point lead to Wonthaggi. 4.5 minutes played.
Well, Sale haven't looked like getting it past the centre of the ground at the moment.
Boys, is there a number 8 out there for Wonthaggi? And there's no number 8 in the book. He's right on the 50-metre mark there.
All right, we'll work on that one. As Egg Malesi Smith drives it in towards the Leslie direction. Couldn't complete the mark. And we'll have a stoppage as Johnson wraps up his opponent. So ball up. Margin sits at the moment 9 points. It's been all Wonthaggi in the opening 5 minutes of play. Tap goes out the back. Lang tries to crash his way through. Head over the football there. And couldn't get that one out. We'll do this one again. Keep an eye out who's not out there. This time Leslie taps it down. Holmes gave a good handball to Johnson. Releases him. Goes to half forward. Walker left it behind. Head over the football there was from Jackson Williams. And he got quickly wrapped up. We're going to ball up 60 metres out.
All even over the ground too, so it looks like they're not playing a spare anywhere across the ground.
Huther taps this one forward. Out the back. There is that player with the number 8, Guernsey on. Looks a solid type. We'll get a number for you, a name for you in a moment. Hudson Holmes squeezed a handball backwards. Handball there was from Byron. That was Chris Byron. Gets towards the boundary line. The free kick's going to go. Jack Johnson, that could be turned over. It should be, but you got a bit of a captain rule there, or a coach rule, and Jack Johnson wins it. Half forward he goes towards inside 50. Walker the target. Someone called it in the pre-game. Beast, was it you?
I think I might have called this one, but not probably how I called it would go through.
So Bodie Walker right in front of the past players' hill. No one sitting in the prime seats at the moment on the red carpet in front of the past players' hill. Beast is still up here.
I think Jack Johnson might have just forgot he's on the footy field, not the boxing ring then. 9
points the margin. Wonthaggi lead it. Walker has the kick though. 45 metres out. Tightish angle. Stops. Props. Left footer. On its way. And kept it skinny. And on the Virtue Home scoreboard, Paul, it says
1 behind, 1 point Sale, 1-3-9 Wonthaggi at the 6.5 minute mark of the first quarter.
I've got a short memory from pre-game because I'm pretty sure I said Bodie Walker will be the X factor unless we were talking about goals for the afternoon. Let's get back to the actual action here. It was Bates who comes in for Sale for Wonthaggi. His kick was good. Goes inboard. Duve still inside his defensive 50. Weighs up his options. He had a couple to kick to as well. Now he's a bit indecisive. His kick's okay though. And he finds Fergus O'Connor. He comes out wide, looking for and finding Schultz, and marks well. Just in front of Bryant, goes inboard, beautiful kick inside too, and he finds Sean for Wonthaggi. Goes to Doob puts the ball inside 50, looking for Blair. Bates was early. The umpire said, yep, it's a free kick. And I think Bates is a little bit rattled at the moment here, playing against Jared Blair as well. It was Whitford, apologies. His kicking ball wasn't great. Goes over the back of the pack. Plenty of Sale defenders there. Tainch is there. He gets it on the bounce with his long sleeve top on today, which is a bit unusual there. But his kick was errant, and it goes to Jackson Williams of Wonthaggi.
Williams comes inboard to Jarvis Brown, just left it behind though. Try to get it there now. The Magpies are away, and they drive a wobbly torpedo punt to the top of the 50. It was driven down there by Whitford. It's a foot race now. Whitford nearly gets there as well, but Fergus O'Connor comes the other direction and will take it out of bounds. 8 minutes into the first quarter for Virtue Homes. 8-point margin, Beast.
Not a bad result there for Sale, because they had absolutely nothing forward of the footy. So it was just kick it long and hope and get a foot race going, and that's what the result was. Throw in.
Ruck duties will land. Will Leslie in the front spot. Huther was over the back, but here's Lang from the stoppage. Kicks around the body. Doesn't get the purchase on it that he wants, but going back with the flight was Thomas Campbell. Couldn't complete the mark. Touched it, and it goes over for a boundary throw-in.
Nice quick hands there from Walker straight out of that stoppage. He could have probably swung around onto his lethal left foot, but instead he flicked a nice one out to Lang.
So interesting now that Will Leslie doesn't take this one. He leaves it to his brother Jack, and Will rolls out to the top of the 50. So the ruckman takes it in there now for Sale, and Thomas Campbell has it. So Will Leslie's playing the forward, but he's not doing the ruck. He did the ruck duties 2 seconds ago. Now he's not doing it inside their forward 50. And that might be why, because Jack just put it straight down Hudson's throat, and Hudson Holmes missed. But maybe that's the reason. You put your specialised ruckman in there for chances like that from stoppages.
Maybe they flipped a coin at home this morning and worked out how they're going to do this one today.
Why wouldn't you? I think you'd give it to Jack every day of the week anyway, because of the way Leslie can read the play, and that's his brother Will. But anyway, no score to Sale. It's not Doove. It's not Doove.
O'Connor.
That was O'Connor. His kick was great outside the 50. No mark taken. Byron's there for Sale. Tainch punches the ball forward to no one in particular. Young Jackson Williams for Wonthaggi, but the ball's marked there beautifully by Egg Malessi Smith. Is going to kill me all afternoon, but it's okay. Douse for Sale. He marks top of the 50. Goes inboard quickly. Looking for and finding Leslie. No, he didn't. His mark wasn't paid. Play on's the call. Johnson's in the middle of the pack. A quick kick out.
Holmes.
It was Holmes again. He's been dangerous inside 50 as well. What are you laughing at?
Well, Holmes has kicked one out to the right out of bounds on the full. Now he's kicked one out of the left and missed it by 15
Egg
metres.
Malessi Smith's going to kill me this afternoon. But no, actually, I'll get it right because he's going to keep winning the ton of the ball.
So Bray brings it back in, and they dangerously kick it down Will Leslie's throat. And the turnover, well, there's two important kicks in football, I believe. And one of them is trying to exit out of your defensive 50. The other one's your forward 50 entries.
Can I just make a comment then about this with Will Leslie playing forward? Is it a good move or a bad move? Obviously, it's worked so far, but you're taking away a lot of the run from their half-back line.
Oh, I think Egg Malessi Smith's got that role, and he's playing it to perfection, so I like it.
Yep.
So Will Leslie looking to get Sale's first goal of the afternoon. Will kick it 49 metres, has to be close to the man on the mark, and that's why you move him forward, because he is a dead eye and it does not miss. Will Leslie opens the account for the Magpies.
Yeah, we're going to see a bit of a battle of the experienced players out there. Egg Malessi out there on the wing just used his body well, just out muscled his opponent, got it going inside 50, and we've seen another one from Jack Johnson just muscled up Bodie Walker in the forward line, but that's a huge kick for Leslie. And
on the Virtue Homes scoreboard, just 2 points separating the teams at the moment. 139 Wonthaggi to Sale 117, and we've played 11 minutes of this first quarter.
You called it before the game, Scott, about the half-back line, how important both sides have to have their half-backs being. Egg Malessi Smith has been phenomenal so far this start of this game.
Absolutely.
So Huther, Leslie, it was Leslie the one to tap out. Holmes wins it with one hand, couldn't get the ball out. Goes to Josh Busher. He gets the ball inside there. That man again. Egg Malessi Smith, a beautiful little chip kick inside 50. No one's marked. Ball's picked up. Handball out to Bodie Walker. Onto his left. He snaps and he doesn't goal. But that could have been one of our contenders already. If he hits that one there, Sale are going to be up and about. Another behind there to Sale.
1 point the difference on the Virtue Homes scoreboard. Wonthaggi 139, Sale 128.
O'Connor now brings it in, kicks to the far side of the ground. Dawson was the target, couldn't quite complete the mark. Ground level, Egg Malessi Smith has been great so far, and he knows where the friend is, and that is the boundary line, but he's been pinged for a deliberate. So they bring it back in now, Wonthaggi. Jack Blair across half back, drives it to the wing area. Tiziana the target, gets over his head. Tries to work hard out there with Sean. And quickly rushing it over with the Magpies. Far side of the ground, boundary throw in 12 and a half minutes in.
Yeah, I reckon they've got the X factor. Both Walker and Egg Malesi Smith. We're going to call their names a lot today, and there's been a bit of X factor already.
Ball back in. Leslie and Huther. I'll give it to Leslie. Again, Egg Malesi Smith. Handballs over the top. There's that man with the number 8 jersey on for the power. Gives it to Huther. Guess what? He gets it back. He's racking them up. We'll work out a name. If someone knows it, please come and see us in the commentary box. Gets to the top of the 50. They can't get it. Johnny McGuinness was there for the Magpies. Handballs backwards to a teammate. And that teammate back there is Hutchins. He goes backwards to Tates by hand. And he just kicks and hopes. And they got a feeling it might come back. Although Freeman was good. Rolled up from the half-forward line. Gave a handball to McGuinness. Johnson got a little bit of tunnelling. Gilmore was there. Gives it to Brown. And Brown goes short. And he can find, guess who? Mystery X, number 8.
This isn't going to help, but I can't find Isaac Chug.
No, Chug's out there. I've seen him in the 29.
Okay.
So Mystery X gave a kick to Shannon Bray. Bray looks up. Wanted to go inboard. Nothing was there. Keeps it down the boundary line. And Hayes is the target. Can't complete the mark, and it's going to go over for a boundary throw-in.
I can tell you number 8 is Patterson. I didn't get the first name, but his surname.
That's the young fella, Kai Patterson. There we go.
Not 33, he's number 8.
Thank you very much, Boxer. Did you work that out yourself?
No, I didn't. I was given a bit of help from our timekeeper next door. But that's all. That's good.
That's what we like. So he's been busy early. As the Magpies win this from the stoppage, Shannon Lang burst through, gave a quick handball across down to Cutler. Quickly wrapped up in the tackle. The umpire said too long, holding the ball beast.
Yeah, and look, the pressure's hot from Wonthaggi as they look to go inside 50 again, Box.
Duve is kicking, boarding board looking for, and didn't find Huther, but picked up there on the inside there for Wonthaggi. That was young Dixon. He couldn't take the ball. Ball goes in dispute, and we're going to have a boundary throw in. Far side here at the main oval, it was Jack Hutchins who found the ball out forward, and we have a throw in. Inside 50. Danger side here for Sale. Work their way back into this game. So it's Huther and McGuinness. Ball comes to ground. Ball's been wrapped up. The umpire's going to ball it up again. And it was Mitch Hayes in the bottom of that for Wonthaggi.
Jack Johnson's just gone to rest himself down forward.
So we're inside. McGuinness, Jonty that is. Jack Blair beautifully picked off the top of the pack. He's kicking inside looking for, and didn't find Anderson, but he's there. He banana kicks it around and he misses. He's been hot this afternoon already.
Very lively is Anderson, that's for sure.
Wonthaggi 2 points ahead of Sale at this moment. 15 minutes into the first quarter. Virtue Home scoreboard 1-4-10 to 1-2-8.
Keep your eyes peeled for a new Virtue Home display village opening later this year. It's called the Marshall. As there's got a turnover, and Jack Blair will swoop and needs to make him pay. Scoreboard pressure is important and good way to get away to a good start, but Blair missed.
1-5-11. Wonthaggi on the Virtue Home scoreboard, leading by 3 points. 1-2-8 is Sale.
Paul Carter gave us the stats that both these sides get away to slow starts, and we've witnessed that early, haven't we, with 7 points kicked already.
Yeah, we have started. Look, Wonthaggi were fast early, but it has definitely, both sides have slowed right down now.
So Egg Malesi Smith comes in, raking left foot, gets it to the wing area. The target is Jack Leslie. Why wouldn't you go there? Can't complete the mark. At ground level, nicely done. That occasion was Campbell. Twist, turn, got a handball out wide to Hudson Holmes. Half back flank. They transfer it to half forward. Johnson just shoved his player out of that one. The umpire said it was all fair. And we'll have a boundary throw-in outer side. 16 minutes into the first quarter for Virtue Homes. That's a 3-point margin. And it is in favour of the visiting Power, who are trying to get their season kick-started.
So it's Thomas and Leslie. Jack Leslie it is from Sale. Ball comes to ground. Doob's there with Lang. Ball in dispute. Taps it forward. Jack Blair for Wonthaggi over the ball. Everyone's going in for it as well. And again, we're going to get an eye. The umpire's just going to stage this one for us and just find a free kick. Jack Blair quicks a kick handball out to Hayes. His kicking ball's not very good. And finding it easily on his chest was Johnny McGuinness of Sale. He quickly plays on to that man again, Egg Malesi Smith. Just keeps rackling up his beautiful little chisel kick inside. Not a great kick on his behalf. Thomas from Wonthaggi was absolutely KO'd by Jack Johnson of Sale. Ball comes inside 50, ball's in dispute. McGuinness is there for Wonthaggi. He picks the ball up, goes for a quick little step over the shoulder, and we're going to find it a little bit short, and it is. Goes behind the stick, and another point there to the Power.
1-6-12 Wonthaggi, leading by 4 points over Sale on the Virtue Home scoreboard. The Magpies 1-2-8.
They say timing's everything, because I reckon if Jack Johnson was a split second later than that, Wonthaggi having a set shot on goal about 20 metres out.
Absolutely. Great call there the Beast. Special comments this afternoon, all thanks to Carpet Country, helping dreams become a reality since 1981. As this side, Egg Malesi Smith comes to the near side, the grandstand side. Out the back there is Patterson, it was Schultz in the end, kicks around his body. And taking the diving mark back there is Whitford of the Magpies. In his defensive back pocket is Whitford. They trail by 4. Inboard kick to Hudson Holmes. And Holmes just slows things up. No movement at all for the Magpies. Johnson wants it near the grandstand. He might have to fly, and he will come third deep. Couldn't complete it. And now the ball's in dispute. Very stagnant, isn't it, Beast?
Yeah, it is. There's not a lot going on. I'm not sure if that's the old defensive mind of Wonthaggi creeping in. We'll keep an eye on that, though.
It's probably what they want, I guess, if they do want to shut it down. Lindsay close to the boundary line, wrapped up from Douse. Boundary throw-in. And they're the Wonthaggi sides that we've known in the past, isn't it, Beast? Really defensive-minded, really shut things down, want low score.
Absolutely. As we can already see now, there's 2 actually sitting on the back of this stoppage, spare for Wonthaggi in their defensive half.
Ball's in dispute, picked off there by Will Leslie. He goes for a bit of a dash. His kick's not great. Looking for Byron. Byron's going to give away a free kick, and it was a silly free kick too. Big body, got caught out of position. Ball comes to ground. RD Walker and just thinking about not making any position at all. But it was Josh Bates.
Interesting role for Bates. I thought he played a really good game in the midfield a couple of weeks ago. Now he's a bit half-back.
One thing you like to do this, they push the ball out wide and he finds Williams. Williams pushes it out again on true wing. Finds Shannon Bray. Takes a bounce, another handball forward. Goes inside out. That was to Thomas. Thomas marks true centre of the ground. Front of Lil Leslie. Jack Wesley, that is. That Jack Leslie. His kick was great. And if he was a forward, it was a perfect kick, but he wasn't.
Inside forward 50 kicks costing Wonthaggi.
Egg Malesi Smith again on the overlap run. His beautiful left foot kick. Outboard there looking for and finding Kay McDonald of Sale. So Kay McDonald brings the ball into a true wing. Right in front of the commentary box here at Sale main ground. Ball bounces beautifully for Hudson Holmes.
Throw.
The umpire said it's a throw. I might be watching the wrong game, but to me, that was a handball all day, every day, don't you think, Scud?
No way.
Didn't it?
No, it was an absolute throw. It was a one-handed toss. And the
Trying
umpire,
to look after Holmesy, that's all.
Umpire was in a perfect position for that box.
So Schultz has it on the wing. 20 minutes into this first quarter. 4 points of margin. Power lead it. Go towards the boundary. Egg Malesi Smith comes with a spoil. He has been in absolutely everything so far this afternoon, all thanks to Gippsland Isuzu Ute.
9 disposals.
And a couple of spoils and a couple of intercept marks to go with that as well.
3 marks, 2 clearances.
This is some sort of quarter we're seeing from Derek Egg Malesi Smith. Ball comes back into play. Leslie taps it straight down. Huther did some groundwork roving, got it to Dickinson, and then he get it to Lindsay, who tried to shrug the tackle on that occasion from Butcher.
Both sides have now got 1 spare in their defensive 50. Egg Malesi Smith is actually Sale, so that's a dangerous move for the Power.
It sure is. Trying to win the stoppie. The free kick's going to go Sale's way in Kai McDonald. He's got it on a half-back. We spoke about the importance of the half-backers, and here they run from half-back. This time on that occasion, it's Andrew Campbell. The ball doesn't give him any favours, though. He has to wait for a teammate in Tatterson, the youngster. Good little handball back to him. They get it inboard. Gets towards Byron. Now they're under pressure, and there are all sorts. Whitford lost the footy. Can power swoop. Sean got it out. Oh, there was running onto that one. Looked to be Anderson. Now they have to go again. Whitford squares a handball back. Oh, Egg Malesi Smith sold some candy. Got it on the outside of his boot. Tried to get it out towards Lang. Dawson will close, and Dawson has a bit of an impact. Now he can't complete it. Tries to get a handball back to Duve. They're on the ground. Egg Malesi Smith wraps him up. 21 and a half minutes in. Wonthaggi's defensive held strong.
Sold a little bit of candy there, Egg Malesi Smith.
Hasn't lost it. Thomas now doing the ruck duties. Got a tap down. Duve tries to win it in front of his opponent. Close to the boundary line. Still wins it, and now gets called for a throw, which will go Sale's way, and McDonald has it.
So McDonald is Sale. They've really clogged the ball up here too, the Power. So he has to go back inside his defensive 50. Finds Tatterson. Again, he's held up a little bit as well. So he's going to come down the line. True wing here. Front of the commentary position as well. Pack forms, no one marks. Hudson Holmes actually had the chance to mark it, but good didn't. Gets the ball out, tackled by Duve. Duve's handball into no one in particular, but Lang's there. His little handball over the top. That goes to Dickinson. Then to Byron. This is Daniel. He's run down beautifully by the big man. It was like a big wrestling match then too by the big boys. Thomas quickly plays on, looking for McGuinness. His lead was great. His kick was even better. Marked what he should have. Drops the ball. Follows up his mark. The ball comes to ground. It's still there. Tackled. Oh, the tackle was actually rough.
Sling. They've
called it a sling tackle. It did look a little bit iffy from where I'm sitting, standing, wherever I'm doing up here.
Going to go to McInnes too.
And then McGuinness. Well,
Cooper.
you drink a few of those Guinnesses anyway.
So sling tackle there. We want to see those out of the game. So good call by the umpire on that occasion. 23 minutes into this first quarter for Virtue Homes. Big moments. Because Wonthaggi started well, but they've kicked 1 goal 6. And that's all thanks to the Moore Bowling Club, the 6th tap, which is better beer. Currently at the moment, a little bit of a whisper. Get in there and try it. As Cooper McGuinness will come in from 49 metres on its way. Distance not a problem. Accuracy is, though. And it actually misses everything in the end and goes out of bounds. And we've got a boundary throw in late in this first quarter. We've got all the scores coming up for you at quarter time as well. Beast will get onto those. Can Wonthaggi get another one? They've had all the play. Inside 50s heavily in their favour. Down at ground levels. Campbell squeezed a handball out to Lang, who just put it on the boot, look for the boundary line. The intent was to go to the boundary line. The umpire said it was sufficient. And we'll have a ball in, boundary throw in. 24 minutes gone. Margin sits at 4. Anderson and Leslie the goal scorers, each of those sides. This is Jack Leslie in the ruck, bullocked his opponent out of it. Dawson put one hand down, tries to get a handball out now to Lindsay. It goes from McDonald though, first of all. Schultz then lost it. Now has to fight at ground level. Good strong tackle there by Friedman, who is the forward who was rolled up. Wonthaggi still persisting with the 2 back Beast.
They are, yeah, by the looks of it, and I'm not sure if they're the right options. Schultz is one of those guys. He's about 5 foot.
Well, out the back is Dowse. Left foot kick around the body, somehow keeps it in. Schultz had an awkward one. A half volley didn't quite get it. Dowse left it behind then. Quick kick from Sale from Butcher. And they got a number back. And that one is Brown on that occasion. Will square it out to O'Connor.
That was from Joe Dirt. Pushes it out wide. True wing. Marked there by Tiziani. Beautiful Australian name, Tiziani. Kicks it in board and finding. There's a beautiful little kick then too. Finds Jasper Schoen of Wonthaggi. Ball, not a great kick inside, but Blair's there. Tried to mark it on his chest, couldn't mark it. Had enough now, said to pick it up on the half volley. Handball comes out, quick kick in again by Tiziani. McGuinness is there from Wonthaggi. Ball wasn't marked. Patterson's there, gets on the banana kick. There it is. What a great goal inside there by Patterson of the Power. And they worked pretty hard to get that ball inside, but he was in great position. And a great finish there, a great contender for the Zambrero goal of the day.
And it's a 10-point lead at the 25-minute mark of the first quarter to Wonthaggi. The Power are 2-6-18 on the Virtue Homes scoreboard, leading Sale 1-2-8.
I feel like the Power are a lot more efficient when they go forward, when they actually move the ball quick. We've seen the first goal of the game, and they're actually quick. The first couple of entries inside 50 were very quick movement through the centre of the ground and then straight inside 50. That was a little bit of a slow build-up off half-back, but they pulled the trigger pretty quick, got it inside 50, and great roving there.
Wonthaggi are on today. They're certainly bringing their A game. Their pressure's much better around the footy.
Inside 50s are 14-4.
Yep, you just don't want to see that loose man across half-back for Sale. But other than that, they've been all pretty good late in the first quarter. Huther tapped it down. Johnson tried to read it, though. Coming the other direction there was a Dowse. Quickly wrapped up, and we'll have a secondary stoppage in the middle of the ground. 2 circles in the middle centre square. We're going to use the second one, as this time Leslie tried to tap it forward. Nicely running on this to Butcher, got it to Johnson, drives it inside 50, just missed Walker, gets over the back. Shannon Lang's resting forward. He's got Schultz's company. Good little pressure, worried him out of it on that occasion. Will Leslie sockets it off the ground, and look where Shannon Lang is. It just pops up to him. The right footer wants to get back on, around the body. Does it get through Fergus O'Connor's legs? No. He got a fingernail to it as he had to stretch the back. And he caused the little touch for a minor score.
So we're going to 1-3-9, half of the Wonthaggi score of 2-6-18. Virtue Homes scoreboard, 27 minutes played, first quarter.
O'Connor cleared the area there for Power, picked up there by the coach, Jared Blair. Look at him board for Dubin. It's a good mark inside centre square. He plays on immediately, shows a little bit of candy, kicks it out wide, looking for Thomas. He couldn't mark, and there's a siren to end the first quarter here at the main oval in Sale. And we have a great contest here where the Magpies, they trail the Power 1-2-8 to 1-6-12 in a very entertaining first quarter.
Certainly was. Of course, low-scoring affair. We knew that was going to be the case by Paul Carter's quarter-by-quarter stats. We knew it was going to be ugly, but in the end, Wonthaggi got the 2 goals that they deserved, and they do lead it at quarter time. As Boxer said, 2 goals, 6-18 is leading Sale 139. You're listening to Gippsland Live on TRFM, and it's all thanks to Harvey Norman, Electrical Gippsland. Welcome back. It's quarter time. I've got a feeling that this game is going to be an absolute belter. It started off that way. 9-point margin in the first quarter. A little bit errant when it comes to having shots on goal. Wonthaggi lead at 2 goals, 6-18. Leading Sale 139. Here's Paul Carter with all the key stats. Thanks to Gippsland Isuzu Ute, the new Isuzu D-Max. Live your own way. It's available at Gippsland Isuzu Ute on the Princess Highway in Traralgon.
Wonthaggi dominated the inside 50s 14-5, including 9 of the last 10. But during those 9, the Sale defence was able to keep them just to 1 goal too. So guys like Derek Egman, Lizzie Smith and those certainly have done that. Clearances have gone Sale's way big time. 12-2, 1-2 in centre clearances. Free kicks Wonthaggi 11-3. Of the ruckman, Jack Leslie certainly the dominant big man on the ground at the moment with 12 hit-outs in the first quarter, up against Thomas Hoother with 4. And of the players we're following, Shannon Lang 7 disposals, 9 to Hudson Holmes, 10 to Derek Egmalisi Smith, 7 to Jack Johnston. For Wonthaggi, Jared Blair 7, along with Jack Blair also 7, 3 to Aidan Lindsay and 2 to Isaac Chugg.
Daniel Hutchison, who was doing special comments, he's also got some scores for us around the grounds this afternoon, thanks to Harvey Norman Furniture.
We'll start up at Gippsland with the Bairnsdale-Maffra game. It's 5-2-32 Bairnsdale to 2-6-18 Maffra. Down there at Morwell, we've got Morwell 3-1-19, leading Druin 1-5-11. Over at Leongatha, 2-3-15 Leongatha to 3-5-23 Moe. A couple of scores just from around the mid-Gippsland and North Gippsland. Fish Creek battled out there. 2-1-13. Fish Creek 2-2-14. Up at Foster, we've got Foster 3-3-21. Thorpedale 2-2-14. Quick one at around the North Gippsland as well. Hayfield Churchill battle. Hayfield 5-5-35 to Churchill 3-18.
Interesting game. That's clearly the match of the round, and Hayfield all over him there. Second quarter here, Boxer, and what do you make of that one just quickly?
Wonthaggi probably just ruined the chances they had inside 50. They had a lot more of the play that quarter.
They need to keep this up. Second quarter underway. Hoother tapped it down. Now they have to do the groundwork. Coming in to help, though, was Duve, and quickly wrapped up by Jack Leslie. And we'll get a secondary stoppage in the middle of the ground. Goal scorers Noah Anderson and Kay Patterson for the Power. While for Sale, it was Will Leslie at the 11-minute mark. Big tap down by Jack Leslie. Got it going towards half forward. Back there is Brown. Squeezed a handball back to Schultz. Now to Duve at centre half back. Bit of space in front. Open forward line. Tiziani the target. Can't complete the mark. Second effort was great. Open forward line. This man leads like a true full forward. And he's about 5'11", Noah Anderson. What a sensational grab that was. Directly in front. Leads well. Now he's got McGuinness and he drives it in again and finds him. And McGuinness has just been off, but the second grab on that occasion was good. He's been off though, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has. I'm not sure. He's usually got pretty sticky hands. He might have dipped his hands in the Vaseline prior to coming out.
A renowned goal scorer leading the Gippsland League at this stage with 10. Comes in, puts it on its way and misses. Well, I hate to say this, 7 points in a quarter and a bit. Paul Carter.
2-7-19 is the Wonthaggi score. On the Murray Racing Club score, they lead by 10 points over Sale 139.
Boxer, you can't keep giving them chances, especially when it's a good side against Sale.
It's that perceived pressure from the backman that I think McGuinness is more worried about as well. So Leslie Smith's kick was beautifully. Nearly hit the centre of the ground. Jack Leslie marked what he should have. Ball comes to ground. Ball trickles out. Duve's there for Wonthaggi. Comes out from Jared Blair to Joe Dirt. And I'm talking of Brown and Wonthaggi. His kick inside. Byron was there for Sale. He was good enough with the pressure. Lang's there to support as well. Jack Blair was tackled in the end by Jack Blair.
I don't know what's going on out there. It's a beautiful day. There's no dew, no rain, and we're seeing double grabs of the footy. We're seeing chest marks being dropped. Shouldn't be taking chest marks at all, B.
Absolutely not. And 3 long sleeves.
Hoother, Hudson Holmes, I think nearly threw it out again. The umpire said he did it. Byron nearly got run down again. That's Daniel. Lang, chip kick, inboard, and finds Cutler. So Cutler, not quite true centre wing here at the main oval. Sale, ball down the line, looking for Will Leslie. Bray was there for Wonthaggi. Might have found a free kick. It's going to go Sale's way, and it's going to go to Bodie Walker.
Smart by Walker. He just pretended to grab the footy and actually didn't grab it, and fell for it.
He's got a beautiful left foot, Walker. Puts it in board, looking for the lead of Jack Johnson. The ball wasn't marked. It was actually Freeman. Picked off there by Ferguson O'Connor brings the ball out wide. Tiziani to Hayes. He couldn't mark. It was McGuinness is right up the ground, middle of the ground. Finds himself a true wing. Ball goes out of bounds. We've got to throw in.
Beast, Boxer, you both key forwards. When you're having one of these days like McGuinness is, he's leading okay, but just having those couple of grabs at it, what do you do?
He needs to get separation. So if you get separation, get that confidence in your hands, don't you agree, Beast, where you can actually take a couple and get the head up.
Yeah, and potentially even take a nice big contested mark too, just to build that confidence. I think once he takes a nice big grab, I think we'll see him just plucking them without the double grabs and going back and slotting them. All
right, so Jack Leslie won a free kick from the boundary throw-in, and he drives it a half forward, but it's going to be picked off out there. And on the far side of the ground looks to be Schultz, who will come inboard. Strong lead by Huther, went straight through his hands. Patterson swooped on it, handle over the shoulder, back to Huther, who recovered well, and then steps around Hudson Holmes. A little chip kick was neat as well from the big fella. Found Tiziani on centre wing, on the far side of the ground at the Sale main oval. The Power lead at the moment by 10, and they're kicking towards the City end of the ground. The target is Thomas. McGuinness had to spoil. Chug was there. Handball over the shoulder is perfect to Hayes, who will kick around the body from 40 metres towards McGuinness. And there was a spoil in from the defender in Whitford, and we're going to mind a score.
Fourth rush behind of the day to Wonthaggi, taking but 2 goals, 8-20 on the Murray Racing Club scoreboard. They're leading by 11 points on Sailor with 139.
This is a big moment right now for Power. I get a sense if they don't kick a goal in the next forward thrust, I got a feeling Sale might just get a bit of a run on. And it's all thanks to the Moore Bowling Club big moments, of course, with Better Beer being their 6th tap at the moment.
Yeah, I agree, Scott. And McGuinness saying, again, I'm going to be really conscious of him. He was more critical about the player than rather than going for the ball. Ball comes inboard, true centre of the ground. Johnson slaps the ball forward, looking for Dowse. He couldn't win the ball. Wonthaggi are all over him at the moment. It's Lindsay to Duve. Gets the handball out wide to Hayes. Quick left foot inside, looking for McGuinness this time. No, why would you? Why would you try and mark him? And Anderson was on a true lead, did the right thing and let the young fella go. The only thing about this kick here for Noah Anderson is that he's been not confident at this range, so we're going to see what he can do from here.
Yeah, he's probably just on his limit. He may set it up. I know McGuinness he's making some leads, but he's been the pick of the forwards, that's for sure, for Wonthaggi up to date.
So Anderson, you're kicking from nearly 40 metres out on a slide angle, comes in, keeps it true, ball pushes out wide, it's not going to make the distance. 3v1, Sale's way, and the ball goes through for another behind.
To 9-21, Wonthaggi score on the Murray Racing Club scoreboard. 12-point lead over Sale, 139, coming up to the 6-minute mark of the second quarter.
So Tainch in the defensive back pocket, kicks out wide. Freeman will be the target. He's got the height advantage over Schultz and takes the mark. Looks inboard, they want to come inboard, nothing there. Wonthaggi roll their press back pretty nicely at the moment. It looks pretty good. As Freeman just has to kick down the line. Target trying to fly over the top, but the numbers favour the Power. Lindsay's there. Forward handball to Schultz. Now they've got runs. Blair to Hayes to Tiziani, all by hand. Now the kick comes, but there's no one inside forward 50 for him. And the Magpies take the easiest uncontested marks. McGuinness's squaring kick out wide towards Hutchins. He's going to turn it over. Chug will pick it off. And Chug's left foot kick to the fat side. The target, Thomas. 1-2 bites. Too tall for Ed Malesi-Smith.
The reason they went inside forward 50 then, Scud, and kicked absolutely a wall of Sale is because the whole defence for Wonthaggi pushed across the ground in an absolute wave as part of their zone. But, yeah, they've obviously come back. They've worked hard, pretty hard forward, and this is the result.
That's 7 marks inside 50 they've had this match, and just 2 goals.
Yeah, they must kick this. It's a big moment for Wonthaggi, and where their season lies, directly in front. Thomas can't miss from there, and he doesn't. And they get a little bit of reward for the effort. In the first 7 minutes of the second quarter, they've dominated the first quarter, and they've dominated the opening 7 minutes, and now they get another goal on the board.
They're out to an 18-point lead. Wonthaggi at the 7-minute mark of the second quarter. The Murray Racing Club scoreboard has the Power at 3-9-27, leading Sale, who have only gone inside 50 once this quarter, 1-3-9.
Very smart by Chug. I don't know if that was his first kick for the day, but that was a beautiful kick. He's just pulled it straight back into the corridor because he could see, as we could see, there was absolutely nothing forward for Wonthaggi. So to pull it back like that was absolutely superb.
So Leslie and Huther. Leslie wins it down. Lang gets the handball over to Holmes. Quick kick out. Gets it inside 50 for Sale. They need to mark here. They didn't. The ball's bounced off his chest. That was Byron. Take it out in the front, Scud said. And he did it. Ball comes to ground. They've got a stoppage. Top of the 50. Inside Sale's forward 50. I think Wonthaggi's starting to play a couple of little games. Umpire's actually got a bit of an injury at the moment, so we've got a little bit of time. Number 28 for Wonthaggi's come on. I don't have him on my list, but we'll have to find out who that is as well. Duve wins the ball off the ruck work. The handball really to no one, but Jack Blair was good enough to pick it up. Picked off there by Gilmore. He goes out the back to Brown. Brown's left foot kick to Tiziani, and Eglin Messi-Smith is there for Sale. The ball goes out of bounds right in front of the Wonthaggi bench. So we've got Chug, who's wearing short sleeves for the first time since he's been at Wonthaggi. We've got Kai Patterson, who's wearing number 8, and then we've got number 28 on the ground, fresh for Wonthaggi. Holmes picks the ball up, brings the ball inside 50 for Sale. Who's going to mark it forward? Freeman was there, he couldn't mark. Gilmore's there for Wonthaggi. Will Leslie bumps him off the ball. Ball's picked off there by Dowse. Dowse, then Leslie wins it again. Little chip over the top was smart. Ball was dropped then again by Sale. They're making mistakes inside their forward 50, where they should have wrapped this one up by now. Ball's still playing the bobble game inside 50. The umpire's going to come in and ball it up, Scud.
So the 28, so I can tell you that Jasper Shon has changed numbers from 38 to 28. A quick kick from that stoppage, missed everything, went out of bounds on the full.
You can say I'm observant today at least.
Yes,
at a minimum.
True.
I think there was a bit of desperation there by Leslie to try and make something happen. The whole forward line for Sale is just not working for me. They're all going into the exact same spot. They're very clogged and congested. They just need to get some separation.
O'Connor, inboard kick was dangerous, but lucky Jack Blair was up to the task. Now he's got called to play on. Did not move off the mark. Don't know why you'd get called to play on there. And the umpire said, yeah, I probably made a mistake. I'll call downfield. And Dickerson has it, gets it out wide. Try to find a teammate there, but it's 2-on-1. Hutchins is the 2 for Sale. He just barrels one to the top of the 50 again. Not the best kick. Schultz will twist and turn in front of his opponent in Cutler. And now he'll handball to his teammate O'Connor. Try to get it back to Schultz as well. Couldn't gather it cleanly. We've got a boundary throw in. 10 minutes in, second quarter action. It's all thanks for the Moe Racing Club. Become a member today. And the margin sits at 18 points. Wonthaggi lead it.
So the ball comes to ground. Doob's there for the power. Lang for Sale. Wins the ball back. Intercepted there by Patterson of Wonthaggi. Great work there as well. Gets the ball off to Hayes. Left foot kick inside. Jonty McGuinness looks like he was held.
Yep.
And he was. Free kick given away there by Thomas. So well done there by McGuinness. Called to play on. Kicks the ball out wide looking for Tainch. In the long sleeves again, as we've always seen him play. Kicks the ball high. Not a great kick either. Puts his teammate under pressure. Couldn't mark. It was Tatterson. Tatterson's handball, he still follows up. Good enough to follow up the young fella. Then he gets pushed off the ball there by Chug. Great work there by Chug well too. The umpire's going to come in and he's going to ball it up right on the interchange line here at Sale, where we've been playing 11 minutes.
You just see an intensity that Wonthaggi brought today. Example there was Chug, ran all the way down that wing to chase that ball down.
Power 18-point leaders here. Leslie down. Duve there again. Tackled by Leslie. Umpire was quick with the whistle. Rewarded his effort. Called to play on. Tainch to Johnson. Johnson's handball inboard. He held it for long enough. Byron over the top to Leslie. He couldn't do it. They're doing it really hard inside 50, the Sale team.
Great
They're
pressure.
giving themselves away. Wonthaggi here to play this afternoon.
Yep.
And they're really forcing the error at the minute.
Great pressure beast, wasn't it, from the power?
Absolutely. They've clearly come to play with their defensive pressure today.
11 3/4 minutes kick towards the boundary line. And it's now goes over for a boundary throw in. One of the blind spots that we have here at the Sale main oval. Margin sits at 18 points. The Power looking for their first victory for season 2024. Huther comes off with a poke in the eye. Leaves Patterson to do the ruck duties. Ground level Blair. That's Jared Variety gets tackled by Shannon Lang. And we'll do it again.
Be interesting to see if the Wonthaggi side just try and lock it down a little bit now. We've seen in the first quarter they were hot early, they kicked the score early, and then they just really shut it down for the rest of the quarter.
Leslie tries to thump it, didn't quite get it then. Patterson did the don't argue, holding the footy. And the free kick, the Butcher was the tackler, although the non-officiating umpire called holding the ball. The closest umpire said it might have been high maybe. As Kay Patterson wins the free kick, drives his right boot into it. There's no one there, McGuinness, and just marking, he drops the mark. And the umpire will say, well, he made a mistake, did he? And then he says, my ball. Okay.
Just needs to take that whistle out of his mouth for a minute.
Yep. So, ball up, right on the wing area. Leslie will take it with Thomas. Hudson Holmes will there, try to get it to Johnson, and then Lindsay wrapped up Johnson in a tackle. Ball up.
It's not every day you see an umpire cross their arms and say, I've made a mistake. But Jonty made the mistake and dropping that mark that he should have taken.
I've seen a few of those today.
Have we what? Thomas wins the ball down, picked off there by Holmes. He just belts the ball inside his 50. Brown's there for Wonthaggi. And so was Byron of Sale. Ball goes out of bounds and was forced over then too by Schultz. So it was great error and it's a throw in. Just on the edge of the 50. Forward pocket for Sale. They much needly need a goal here. Ball comes to ground. Thomas wins it down, picks it off his own tap. Umpire's going to come in quickly and he's going to ball it up.
Big moment for the Moore Bowling Club, all thanks to the mysterious sixth tap. If you're not sure what it is, get into the Moore Bowling Club today and check it out. Holmes goes inside forward 50 for the Magpies. Ball now in dispute. Bray was there, took on the tackler, got it back to Brown. Does he get around the tackler? No, he doesn't. The ball was not out of bounds and the umpire said it's holding the ball. So I think it might be Freeman who will handball back to a teammate in Campbell, who kicks it off the right side of his boot, out of bounds on the full beast.
There's just no need for that handball. If anything, he could have had a shot or tried to kick it inside, more central to the goals. He's handballed a dinky little handball to someone who was in no better position.
So 14 and a half minutes in, second quarter, Sale have not scored. Margin is out to 18 points for the Power. Jackson Williams brings it back in. Kicks to the near side. Big pack will form. Holmes will get a fist on it. And will wait for his troops to arrive for a reset. Boxer.
That was a message from Beast's wife to bring milk home after the game. So thanks for that.
Well, I forgot it yesterday.
You did, didn't you? Leslie and Thomas. Big punch forward by Leslie. Picked off there by Young Butcher. Brings the ball inboard again. This is where Sale have really fallen down because of the Wonthaggi pressure inside their defensive 50. Sale need to make the most of his opportunities. Paul, inside 50s for Sale.
The last 6 they've had, they're leading at 7-5 this quarter.
And they haven't scored.
Not a thing.
Byron couldn't win the tap down. Picked off there by Tatterson. Again, he's wrapped up by Duve. And we're going to get another ball up. Inside Sales, forward 50. 30 metres out. Forward pocket. Byron wins the tap. Bray couldn't take it again. Schultz was there. Picked off there by Brown. And he's tackled immediately.
This is exactly what Paul predicted.
100% he did.
In the first half.
So it's playing out. It is playing out. Bray over the top, tries to get it out of his defensive 50. Tainch, I don't think that was a throw.
Yes, it was.
And it was the non-officiating umpire who was blindsided who could pick that one up. And the umpire that was directly in front of him couldn't see it.
Chug.
So Chug. Beautiful little left foot chip to Brown, as known as Joe Dirt. Marks in front of Tatterson. He's got plenty of time to sort of weigh up his options. He goes inboard again. So they're going to play a little bit of control footy here, Power. So Chug, they can. He's going to weigh up his options. It's a beautiful kick. He's going to go down the line, puts it up high, looking for Hoover or Leslie. The kick wasn't great. And it goes out of bounds on the full. Free kick, Jack Leslie.
Not too many Zambrero goal today contenders so far in this second quarter. As Jack Leslie gets some support from the crowd to kick it long down the line. Front spot there was Bray. Can't complete the mark ball at ground level. Still in the field. Now it trickles over. And we've got a boundary throw in.
That long kick down the line, just that post-up kick really needs to be about a metre off that boundary line. As we've seen Leslie just do then, it was absolutely perfect kick from him.
We have a blood rule now. Shannon Lang has a little bit of blood coming from the left knee.
See what you've started, Beast? Now I've got to bring milk as well. So can you stop on the way home? In the Isuzu?
After you got the trifecta earlier on, you'll be buying more than milk.
I'm not sure my wife was messaging you about milk either, but yeah.
Marty should be asking for diamonds after your trifecta got home. Big win for Boxer earlier in the day. Taints now has it at half forward. Goes inside forward 50. Can Sale find a mark? They can't. Good spoil by Schultz. Bray's under pressure immediately by Bodie Walker. And we've got a stoppage. Wonthaggi love this game style, don't they?
Absolutely, they do. They're very, very defensive, and it doesn't matter who coaches the Wonthaggi team, they instill that into them.
17 and a half minutes. Johnson takes the ruck duties for the Magpies. Has to work at ground level. Tries to win it out for his team. Just trying to will his sail forwards into something out of nothing. The umpire will do it again, though. As we said, Sale have not scored in this quarter, but they still only trail by 18 points. It's in their forward line. Can they get something from the stoppage here? Quick kick high comes from Bates. It goes straight up and down. Blair had to just spoil it in the end. It gets the centre half back for the power, although it's got a feeling it might come back. Byron handled over here the top of his head. He had to get Leslie to work. Shrugs one tackle, shrugs two tackle, gets a handball away, back to Byron. He kicks it high inside forward 50. Johnson tries to make something again, goes to ground. The power hold up again with their defence and cause another stoppage.
I'm not sure if it's the strong defence by Wonthaggi or the absolute clogged up forward line that Sale are trying to do. They don't actually look like they're going to score at all.
No, and there's no one really presenting for them. There's no space to work at down there. As Duve puts this one out of bounds on the full from that stoppage. So who do we want to... Who are our targets? Will Leslie, is that working? Jared Freeman's a target down there. We haven't seen much of Campbell. Thomas, the other leading forwards. Bodie Walker hasn't done a great deal. No one leads. So the kick is a high, top of the point of the square. O'Connor should be paid the mark, is not. And the umpire will ball it up again.
Everyone this side of the centre now.
Yep, numbers all in the defence. So 15 metres out from Sale's goal. Jack Johnson got it high early. Huther didn't have the football, and again we'll do it. 19 and a half minutes gone. Boxer, clear it out for us.
I think the umpire's going to find one here. That's the prediction. Johnson goes on his own. Huther looks like a shepherd. There you go.
Yes.
So the umpire had to find something here, Scud, and he did. He was blocked off the ball.
So Jack Johnson, not the regular ruckman, so
No.
you might have sort of thought he's not taking the ruck duties, but the last 5 he's taken.
There was a clear indication there was a block. So a great goal kicker, the coach here. Johnson, if they haven't hit it a goal, it's the biggest understatement made this afternoon. But Sale have had all the play. Johnson, a much-needed coach's goal here. Head over the ball. Pokes at it, but does enough to get it the ball over the umpire's head. And the first goal of the second quarter go to the Magpies.
And at the 20-minute mark of this quarter and 9 inside 50s, it's Sale's first score for the quarter. The goal taking them to 2-3-15 on the Moe Racing Club scoreboard. Wonthaggi still leading by 12 points. They're 3-9-27.
It seemed to be the only way they looked like they were going to kick a goal then was just a gimme. And Box, you caught it well. The umpire had to try and pull something out to make something work for Sale in their forward 50. And Johnson just does what Johnson does.
I get
Steps up.
the last couple of minutes of play, Johnson has been that one. He put himself into the ruck. He's been working at ground level. He tried to make something out of nothing earlier, and now he gets the reward. He's the one that is the spark for the Magpies as Leslie taps it into the run. Open space, right foot delivery there was nicely out in the front of Shannon Lang. O'Connor's back there, a good defender. Will look for the boundary, and he does. And it was nicely done in the end to wait for some teammates to arrive. And again, Johnson says, I'll do the ruck duties up against Huther. So 21 minutes have passed in the second quarter. Huther and Johnson. Johnson in the front spot and wins the tap, mind you, and then tries to win it off Bray. And right now, you sense that Jack Johnson's doing everything he possibly can. He's again to take the ruck duties again against Huther. Decides not to, then nearly roves his own ball. Tries to get out the run of Dowse, who kick around the body. Hot spot it goes. Good work off the play. Well done. And that was a nice mark. Is it Will Leslie? No, it's not down there. It is Freeman. No, it is Big Jack Leslie. I had it right the first time. Just his other brother.
Just experience, kicked in there, just out-muscled his opponent, pushed him straight off the ball, fell into his lap. Beautiful forward craft.
So Johnson first. Now it's Jack Leslie's turn. As Beast just said, it's the experience of this Sale side. Their top players are A-graders. Jack Leslie doesn't make a mistake from there. And all of a sudden, in the blink of an eye, in the space of 3 minutes, they have got 2 goals, the Magpies.
Now just one straight kick separating the two teams on the Moe Racing Club scoreboard. Wonthaggi 3-9-27, leading Sale 3-3-21.
The difference there for me, Scud and boys, is the fact that they left an open forward line too for Leslie to work into. Every time the ball's come inside 50, it's been clogged by the power defence as well. So enough strength there from Jack Leslie to win the contest, but enough space for him to move into as well.
Absolutely. 6 point now is the margin. Box.
Hutha and our last goal kicker, Leslie, they're going to go at it again in the middle of the ground. And it's Leslie who wins the ball down to Lang. Lang overruns the ball. Patterson's there. He could have got a free kick. He didn't. The umpire says play on. Johnson again in the play, but this time it was cut off, and cut off well there by young Williams of Wonthaggi. He tips the ball out and he finds O'Connor. O'Connor's still deep in his defensive 50. Weighs up his options. Chisels the ball inside. Beautiful kick into Jared Blair. Marks on his chest, as we know. He'll wheel around, and he did. Straight away to Williams again, who's followed the kick up beautifully on the wing. Handballs to himself because he had no one to give it to. Tatterson's there for sale. Tainch is there as well. Wins the ball. Kicks a funny little kick off, but it worked out beautifully, and marked there by Byron. Byron runs on. Lopes away, I should have said. Gets the ball inside 50. Marked beautifully by Freeman. So Freeman of Sale on a great one-on-one contest. And let's make a point there too, Beast, against Bray.
50 metres.
So there you go. If it wasn't going to be a certainty, it is now. So Freeman's going to line up right on the goal line as well. Bray must have asked, can you get the milk as well, to the umpire. There's three of us.
Might have been an extra word in the middle there.
There might have been. But it's Freeman for the third of the afternoon, or the quarter, I should say, for Sale. And there's another one there for the Magpies.
And prior to that 50, I feel like Freeman was just probably a little bit too slow. He sort of just jogged on back. And actually, the way Wonthaggi plays, they'll just push hard into their defence. So they actually clogged up that hole straight away while he was taking his time to go back. So he's very lucky he got the 50 because Wonthaggi had all the numbers.
Scores are dead level at the 24-minute mark of the second quarter. And 3 goals in those last 4 minutes has brought Sale to 4-3-27. And exactly equal with Wonthaggi with 3-9-27.
Well, we spoke about it, didn't we? We said they needed to get a little bit of reward, Wonthaggi, for all the effort they had. And all of a sudden, we are back locked. Scores level. Leslie again taps it down. Can they respond? It is through Jack Blair. Right foot kick, open space. Tiziani's got a little bit on his opponent. Kicks around his body. To the top of the square it goes. Bounces over the back. Who's there? The youngster in shine, and he's quickly wrapped up in a Sale tackle. And the tackle there was from Hutchins. And we'll have a ball up. About 8 metres out now from Wonthaggi's goal. Thomas does the ruck duty, taps it down to McGuinness. Tried to kick it off out of the air, couldn't do so. It might just bobble back to him. He takes on Jonty McGuinness. Somehow gets the handball back to Tiziani. He can't shrug the tackle. And the umpire says we'll ball it up. And we'll do it again. Now the Sale defence come under a little bit of pressure. We've got all the scores for you at half-time. The half-time wrap is coming up, thanks to Gippsland Mowers. Hayes gets it back to Blair. Kick around the body. Umpire looking. Doesn't move. Experience at one end. Well, it's just been matched by Jared Blair at the other. They get back in front.
And that just took 2 minutes, and that back to a 6-point lead at the 26-minute mark of the second quarter. That is Wonthaggi on the Murray Racing Club scoreboard. 4-9-33, leading Sale 4-3-27.
I think Sean just realised that he's out here playing Gippsland League senior football because he was very, very, very slow to actually get onto that ball and do anything with it. He just got pounced straight away. But beautiful finish there by the coach in Blair. Just experience. Around the body, nice finish. Been doing that for a long time.
Great to see both coaches taking this game on their shoulders as well. They said, come with me, boys. We've got a game on. So Hutha, Leslie down to Langdon, win it.
Blair again.
Goes to Jack Blair. Jack Blair's kick gets him inside 50. Players run onto it. No one really there, but McGuinness kicks the ball off the ground. Could have been paid a mark, but it wasn't. But Hayes onto his left foot, kicks deep inside to McGuinness.
Got it.
And he's marked.
That's the one beast you're talking about.
That's the contested mark that I did mention earlier, Scud. I feel like that's a confidence booster for a big forward. Just body up with your opponent, take a nice big grab. Got to go back and kick it, though. You can mark them all day, but you've got to go back and slot them as well.
We had 4 goals in the first 47 minutes of play, and we've had 4 goals in 6 minutes since.
So McGuinness, for his first of the afternoon, comes in over the top. His kick wasn't great off the boot, but it is. And it's back-to-back goals for the Power.
At the 27-minute mark of this second quarter on the Murray Racing Club scoreboard, Wonthaggi, as Boxer said, 12-point ahead. 5-9-39, leading Sale 4-3-27, and that is now 5 goals in 7 minutes.
You can see the way Wonthaggi are trying to play. When they get speed on the ball and get inside 50 quick, they're actually scoring, and they're giving their forwards every option, as they should. But as soon as they go slow and muck around with the footy, that's when they just get repeat entry and straight back out again.
It's been a good little response from the Power. And Jack Blair's been the inspiration in the middle of the ground. He's won the last 2 clearances. Leslie, though, this time taps it down. Duve roved it. Holmes grabbed him in a tackle, and we'll do it again. However, we won't, because the halftime siren sounded. It travelled 28 minutes that second quarter. And just as Sale started to build something, they kicked 3 goals in a row. They led from the middle there from Jack Leslie, who was taking some ruck duties up in the forward line as well. And then the other coach from Wonthaggi said, I want to be a part of this as well. Jared Blair got them going, and they got 2 late goals in the last 2 minutes of play to regain the lead, the Power. They led it by 12 points at halftime. It's 5-9-39, leading the Magpies 4-3-27. It's Gippsland Live. The halftime wrap coming up after the break. And that's all thanks to Harvey Norman Electrical Gippsland. And it's just gone half-time. 12 points is the margin. Boxer, Beast and Paul all tip Sale. I tip Wonthaggi. Do you boys want to change it all?
No, I'll keep with it. I'll keep with Sale.
Okay. Box, Beast?
No, I think I'll stay with Sale. I think if they get a bit of run and just somehow get through this defence of Wonthaggi, I reckon they might run over the top.
It was concerning the way that Sale were able to kick goals really quickly in the space of 3 minutes. They went bang, bang, bang. But a good response from Wonthaggi. Paul, do you think they can hold on, or which way?
Well, once we'll go back to those quarterly things again, that both have pretty poor third quarters, and Sale should come home slightly the better in the last.
All right, Wonthaggi need to get out to a decent lead on the back of Paul's stats. We'll see how this third quarter plays out. Beautiful conditions on your Saturday afternoon. Thanks for joining us, of course, wherever you might be across Gippsland and the Valley. It is Gippsland Live, all thanks to Harvey Norman Electrical. The third quarter is underway for McDonald's, and Leslie will win the tap again and do the groundwork as well. Now his left foot kick goes to the inside 50. O'Connor for the power meets it, and then was wrapped up in a Walker tackle, which is strong. I'll give you the tip. Stoppage, 45 metres out now from Sale's goal. Inside 30 seconds to open things up. Good tap down by Huther, but it was picked up by Lang. Then just left the footy behind, and the umpire said it was a sling, or he got rid of the footy and you still held on to him.
Yeah, it looked like a holding the man to me. It was probably half a sling the way the umpire sort of motioned as well.
Lang kicks to the top of the square. Body work from Jack Leslie was good. Beast too strong.
Yeah, we've seen it in the second quarter, Darryl, as well. He just out-muscled his opponent. Far too strong there. He clearly knows how to play as a dominant forward, that's for sure.
He's got a few tricks to his bow, does Jack Leslie, and that's one of them. That's to say that Shannon Bray is no small man. Jack Leslie directly in front. A minute gone in the third quarter for McDonald's, puts it through the middle, and all of a sudden we have a 6-point margin again. This is going to be the danger sign for Wonthaggi. They kick goals very quickly, Beast.
Yeah, absolutely, they do, and a very fast start. Obviously didn't do that in the first two quarters, but I don't know what Jack Johnson has mentioned in the half-time break to the troops in there, but fast start for the Baggies. And
at the first minute of the third quarter, we have Sale trailing now by 6 points on the McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard. Sale 5-3-33, Wonthaggi 5-9-39.
It was a perfect kick there by Lang as well. I think that the kick was didn't get too much of a mention either, but it was well placed as well. So Leslie back in doing the ruck work with Huther. Huther gets it down. Doob bounces over his head. Leslie picks up the ball. Another quick kick out again. RJ the last minute of the game. Lang runs over the ball. Couldn't pick it up. Tatterson's there for Sale. Gets the handball out there by Chug. Chug's little handball was tapped beautifully over to Patterson. Doob is there for the power, and he's wrapped up, and we're going to have a ball up just outside the centre circle with the second one here. Leslie down. Picked off there by his opponent, Huther. Gets the handball to Doob. Left foot kick didn't go any more than 3 or 4 metres. Tainch is there for Sale. Ball comes to ground. Kicked off the ground by Huther. Here you go, nicely Smith. What a beautiful pick-up. I don't even know what I said then. Jack Leslie. Handball over the top to Lang. Lang, he got me on the hop. Tiziani was there, but the handball was errant. He didn't have anywhere to go. And he was wrapped up. And we're going to have a ball up top of the 50. Sale forward line, Scud.
I think Boxer just had fresh air coming out of his mouth.
I think it was the sandwich. I got a bit of heartburn there from the egg sandwich from half time.
So Jack Johnson doing the ruck duties again. Ground level there was Thomas Campbell. And the umpire will do it again.
I'm not sure he couldn't get it right. Half his name is Egg.
That's just what you ate. Top of the 50 it is. Again, Jack Johnson doing the ruck duties. Up against Bates. Bates taps it down. Jared Blair was there. Grabbed it and wrapped up immediately. And again, we'll do it again. Top of the 50 it is. 3 minutes now gone. 6 points the margin. Beautiful Saturday afternoon here in Sale. Johnson with a beautiful tap down to Campbell. Gave it a quick one to Dowse. They get it out wide to open space. Tainch was there. Little handball from Whitford came back towards Campbell. They're under pressure now. Blair's on the bottom of the pack. Try to get out to Gilmore. He was wrapped up by Tainch. And we'll have a ball up again. Pressure from Sale's forwards were good. Locking it in. Umpire throws it up. Johnson again. Has he done this ruck duties before? He taps it out the back. Hudson Holmes from a standing start. Top of the square. Gets over Bray's head. Jack Leslie with some strength again. Gets it out. Snap around the body there from Dowse. Sambrero goal today, contender. Right spot, right time. Mitch Dowse scores a level.
Yeah, just scrappy inside forward 50 there for the Maggies, but the Power actually had a spare back. They actually sat Shannon Bray back off that stoppage that we'll just discuss then, and it clearly didn't work because it went straight over his head. He just had himself in probably not a real good spot because that next kick was going straight over his head, and the Maggies have capitalised on it.
And scores level for the second time during the match at 39 points apiece. 4 minutes into the third quarter. McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard. Sale 6-3, Wonthaggi 5-9.
I think it's set play there by 2 by Sale. I think Jack Johnson takes that ruck work inside 50. Jack Leslie goes back to the goal line to put a bit of pressure on the Wonthaggi defence, and it's worked beautifully so far. I think he's been instrumental in at least three of the goals this afternoon.
It's interesting, isn't it? It's the key players that are standing up in key moments for both sides. It's both the Blairs, obviously it's the Lang, it's the Jack Johnsons a couple of times. So it's going to be someone of class on either side that will get their team over the line, you'd think.
So Leslie and Huther. Leslie gets it down again, overrun by Johnson, picked off there by Patterson. He goes to ground with Leslie again. He's in everything at the moment this quarter as well. Duve, he's wrapped up. Holmes, quick little handball out. Kick inside by Campbell of Sale, and there's another one.
What is it, Bob?
Within a matter of minutes, we've got another Zambrero contender for the goal of the day.
And we just see Sale, it's fast again out of the midfield, and there's a little bit going on in the middle too. Well, we'll keep an eye on that. There's a few little jump punches going on, but fast again from the Maggies, and just good teamwork, good hand use there at half forward, and a beautiful clinical finish.
And for the first time in the afternoon, we have Sale leading the match. 6 points, it's ahead, 5 minute mark, third quarter on the McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard.
Well, again, the Magpies have kicked 3 goals within the space of this time 4 minutes, and they try to go again through Johnson. And Patterson wraps him up. Danger signs now for the Power. Big moments, all thanks to the Moore Bowling Club. And this time Leslie again taps it down. Jack Blair tries to swoop on it. Johnson with a strong tackle when he didn't have the footy. He looked for the free kick. And Jack Blair didn't get it. We'll do it again. Jacob Thomas doing the ruck duties for the Power. With Leslie. Lang's in there as well. And Leslie taps it in the Lang direction. This time right in the middle of the nest, which is a little bit harder ground surface out there than what it is on the outskirts, the cricket wickets. A third stoppage within the space of 30 seconds. Free kick will be paid now, holding the man. And it will go this time to Jack Blair. Chips it over the top with a little wonky one towards Thomas. It sits nicely for him. And he barrels one inside forward 50. It's going to be a hard one. Oh, Anderson trying to kick it out of fresh air. He might get another shot here. Top of the square it is. And McGuinness just sat on him. And the umpire will ball it up. Their hard ones coming inside forward 50 when it's a wobbly torpedo punt. 7 minutes in. And Wonthaggi gets something for the stoppage. Blair tried to run on to, it was Jared. Holmes got a handball away, and Johnson's handball was nearly picked off. It goes over the boundary line. We've got a boundary throw in.
Yeah, no Anderson's pressure there. He did try to do might have been watching the Champions League a little bit at the moment, but a bit of fresh area. But the pressure to follow up there and get a stoppage out of bounds.
So boundary throw in, forward pocket for the Power. McGuinness is there for Sale, wins his own tap out. Duve, his spear tackled into the ground, right in front of the umpire. The umpire said nothing doing. We're going to ball it up. We haven't gained much yardage then. Umpire was right on that too. McGuinness and Huther. Ball comes out to Hayes on his wrong side. He couldn't get the ball off. Holmes is there for Sale. Happy to see it over the line. And we've got another boundary throw-in. So Power, if they ever needed a goal, this is the one they needed. Sale's all got the momentum at the minute.
And the Power again dropping one back across the centre of the ground. Bray just playing off his man in Leslie.
So it's McGuinness and Huther. McGuinness wins the tap down. Egg Malessi Smithy's there again. Handball really goes to nobody in particular. Jack Blair picks it up. Half volley goes around 1, 2. Gets a quick kick in for the McGuinness. He couldn't mark. Ball comes to ground. Anderson's there for Wonthaggi. Keeps it in. Handball goes back into Patterson. But Patterson couldn't win it. The umpire said, hang on.
It's gone over.
It was already gone over. So stop, Nick, and let somebody else talk.
Minor score on the McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard. The Big Mac, the original, now just got bigger. The Mac Junior and the Grand Mac. Oof. Back for a limited time.
5:10:40. Wonthaggi trailing Sale 7:3:45.
So Egg Malessi Smith Drives it straight down the middle and will get it into the middle of the ground. Johnson with a big fly. Can't complete the mark. Got the handball away back to Walker. Back to Jack Leslie. Neat little chip kick to Thomas Campbell. He marks it somehow. Drives it inside. Puts it on top of Lang's head. Schultz is there. Has to have a good spoil with one or two. Chug doesn't take possession when he probably should have. But now he can win the footy, does Chug. And now he's away. He's had one bounce across half back. How's the delivery of the kick? So-so. Well, it might work out, though, because Hayes will tap it towards himself in front of the runner of Whitford. He twists and he turns. His handball goes backwards to a teammate in Dawson back there. That was Lindsay, sorry. Chug, inside forward 50. Gets out to the back. Huther twists, turns, and then gets crunched. And holding the footy by Jake Hutchins.
Just the basics not there. Darryl, first handball should have been given.
Hutchins squares it across the field and finds Tatterson, defensive back pocket. Chips it further afield to Dowse. And Sale take the slow option. His kick will go in the direction of Walker. He's got the set. Can't complete the mark. Dickerson was back there. Handballs forward to Duve. Tries to get it to Bates. Just missed him. Duve has to go and fight for it again. And Will Leslie, who's rolled outside of his forward 50, has come up to put some tackle on.
And they had no option but to go slow then, because Wonthaggi just got their numbers back. Again, as we know, they've done it all day. They've got numbers down the line, and Sale was just forced to slow down.
So we've got Leslie and Thomas. Leslie does it beautifully in front of Lang. Gets a quick kick out, but it's been picked off there by Schultz. Schultz from power. Brings it in board to Jared Blair. True centre of the ground at the nest. Blair plays on. Goes to centre half forward looking for Sean. He couldn't mark, but beautiful mark. And it was taken there by young Jacob Thomas. He quickly plays on, gets the ball out wide. Kick wasn't great. Freeman's got the chase on there with Williams. And it's Freeman and Williams. Williams wins it out. Beautifully disguised tap over the boundary line by the defender. And we've got a throw in.
I know he's only young Jasper Sean. He's only into his second or third game of senior football. He'll get some learnings out of this one. You've got to continue to tack as a forward. You've got to drive through it and not let your opponent come in and put the big spoil on.
So it's Leslie gets the ball down to Lang. Quick handball over the top. Not really good for Dowse, but he's able to follow it up. Handball comes out. It's a little bit errant, but picked off there by Lindsay. Lindsay gets the handball up.
To barrel.
And with the old-fashioned torpedo. But it's going to be marked. No, it's not. McGuinness is there. Wins his own ball. Taps it in front of him. Couldn't get it past McGuinness. He wins it. Does well. Gets slung tackle as well. The umpires picked it up.
Both of them picked it up. Both umpires had exactly the same thoughts.
100%. And we've seen three of those today as well. The umpires aren't going to take any of that.
The tackle's there. It's a good tackle.
There's no one got hurt.
It's just the follow-on.
The follow-on.
Sling.
Just too much. And now Sale away. Dowse will get on the end of this one on the wing. Drives it to half forward. Over the back there with a spoil from Williams. His second effort's going to be good. He can gather it inside his defensive 50. Look up and go towards Blair with a big spoil over the back from Whitford. Although Power got some numbers. Thomas was the one. Goes inside forward 50. McGuinness has got the sit on Jonty McGuinness. That was Cooper McGuinness and Jonty. It gets out the back. This time it is Patterson. Handballs backwards to Huther. Back to Hayes. Left foot high kick. Point of the square. Does it stay in the field of play? It only does. Egg Smith, though, squeezes a little handball out to a teammate in Hutchins, and Hutchins relieves some pressure. And big Jack Leslie will take the exiting kick mark easily in the end. 12 and a half minutes gone. Margin sits at 5. It is Sale in front now. After trailing by 12. He's kicked to the wing area. Lang can't complete the mark. Second effort was okay. Handball over the shoulder there from Tainch. Might get a little bit of run on. And it does land in the hands of Will Leslie. He tells Freeman, I'm going to kick it here and you're going to go and get it. Because he was running in the other direction. And that's what Mitch Freeman does. And now he plays on from 45 metres out for 4 goals in a space of 13 minutes. If you don't mind, Sale have gone bang, 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 bang.
That's just end-to-end footy, that, isn't it? Perfect example of that. That goes down Wonthaggi's end. They can't capitalise. Sale rebound straight out, straight down the wing, nice and quick. Good experience there too. Just called. Was it Freeman who got called into the footy? He just called him into it, and that's exactly what a good leader should do. He said, "You come here, I'll put it where you should be. You just need to get there."
and takes Sale to an 11-point lead at the 13-minute mark of the third quarter. The McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard has the Magpies at 8-3-51, leading Wonthaggi 5-10-40.
An unrewarded effort there too. I think Lang's handball in board that no one would have seen because we've got the best seats in the house was one of the instrumental reasons why they got that goal. Leslie, another tap down to Blair. This is Coach Blair. He might have been interfered with. The umpire said no. Ball pushes out far wing. Chug over the ball. Picked off there by Leslie. His little kick inside the douse was marked beautifully. He had two opponents to beat and he did it easily. Kicks the ball inside to Byron. So Byron holds it up, gets the run there from Tatterson. Tatterson's little chip kick in wasn't great. He was looking for the other Byron. So it's the game of the Byrons at the minute.
Of course, Daniel and Chris.
It is. And ball, we've got a stoppage. Right on the boundary line, just outside 50, Sale attacking end. They've done all the attack in this quarter. So that was Byron. The ball wasn't really won by both. Ball comes to ground. Won't trickle out, it's bobbling in and out. The umpire's going to ball it up again. So Sale having a dominant quarter so far. So we've got Byron, gets the ball down again. Ball's going to get locked up. Scott, I'm going to give you a chance to get rid of this one for me.
All right. Our best on ground this afternoon, all thanks to Gippsland Zuzu Ute. A couple of Sale players starting to put their hand up. Lang was one of those. He drives it inside forward 50, only just though. Aidan Lindsay was there for the power to pick it off. Gives it to Duve. Runs back into trouble. That could be holding the footy. It is. Hudson Holmes will take that one every day of the week.
He's done that a few times today, Duve. He's sort of just stopped and gone back inside, and then you obviously don't have eyes in the back of your head. You can't see what's coming.
Hudson Holmes, outside 50 he is. Usually a good kick of the football. Goes towards Byron. Can't complete the mark. Out there is Dixon. And now he gives it backwards to Bray, who can relieve a little bit of pressure. Anderson's got a couple to beat. Comes to ground. It gets through two players there, and Dixon had to follow on with his kick. And now he runs into a Freeman tackle. And we'll have a ball up.
I feel like it's a little bit wasteful by Bray. He didn't really have to try and kick and bomb and try and just get ground, because he could have just nicely just put it out in front of his teammate out on the wing.
Just in that dangerous spot as well, as Leslie kicks it off the ground. Head over with Schultz, puts the teammate under pressure again by Dickerson. And this time 48 metres out inside Sale's attacking forward 50. Another stoppage. 16 and a half minutes. It's Sale leading by 11 points now. Here's Nick Lucchino on Gippsland Live.
So it's Bray taking the ruck work inside with Will Leslie. Will Leslie taps the ball down. Still bobbing in and out. The umpire's going to come in quickly and ball it up. My Gippsland Isuzu player of the match so far is Jack Leslie. I think he's been purely instrumental in this comeback by Sale. His brother Will wins a tap down. Holmes couldn't win it. There it is by O'Connor. Wins the ball out. The kick wasn't great. He was looking for McGuinness in the end. Picked off there by Campbell. His kick wasn't great again. O'Connor follows up his kick. Only to be cut off there by Harry Tatterson of Sale. Hudson Holmes, handball over the back of the head. Didn't find anybody in particular. Young Tatterson's there now. Ball in dispute. Ball was kicked quickly by Whitford. Left foot kick. And he's kicked it right towards the cam bar. And it's out of bounds here. So a little bit of sloppy play then by both sides. Ball coming from Wonthaggi's defensive side. Didn't find anyone in particular. And then the errant kick there by Sale. I suppose it gets it out of their danger area. But they could have been a lot better with the ball. So Will Leslie still finds himself in the ruck. Down to Lang. Beautiful little handball inside to Hudson Holmes. His chop kick inside 50. Looking for Jack Leslie. Couldn't mark. Gets the ball to ground. Campbell's there. But he couldn't win the ball. And the ball beats him over the line. We've got a throw in. Forward pocket for Sale.
That sloppy bit of play could have been a result of a bit of fatigue out there. Just as that ball come past the wing, there's about 6 interchanges.
Daniel Hutchison here for this afternoon for Carpet Country. Can Sale get another one? They've got 4 goals in the quarter. We talk about holding Wonthaggi. Well, they've only managed the one behind so far. So Sale again will have another ball up. 18 and a half minutes gone. Third quarter for McDonald's. Freeman took the ruck duties. No one can really get it out. Quick blazing kick from Brown into a dangerous spot. Byron's out there. This is Daniel. Gets out the back of Egg Smith. Hayes tries to handball forward to Chug, and he's got some space and he's got some wheels. 2 bounces on the outer wing. He decides to kick to an open forward line because Noah Anderson's all on his own. Does it sit? It sure does. And Noah Anderson goes bang. And that is the best play for the season of 2024 for Wonthaggi Power. And it ends with a Noah Anderson goal.
Yeah, gee, Isaac Chug, hasn't he got some speed on him out there? Just absolutely took off. Knew he had that speed too. He knew he had his opponent burnt. He probably could have kept running even further, but beautiful kick inside 50 to Anderson, and Anderson just runs on. As we said earlier, he's clearly been the pick of the forwards for Wonthaggi, is Noah Anderson, and finds himself on the score sheet once again.
And that brings the margin in Sale's favour back to 5 points, 19 minutes into the third quarter. The McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard, Sale 8-3-51, leading Wonthaggi, who are now 6-10-46.
Well, what a great passage of play that was. From one end of the ground to the other when Sale had all the momentum. It's certainly a big moment in the game. All thanks to the Moore Bowling Club. Back to the middle they go. Will Leslie now taking some ruck duties in the middle. And the umpire will do it again, Box.
Yeah, they've changed it up now. They've got Will, that is, and Shannon Bray in the middle of the ground. Will wins it again. Down to Douse. Quick kick away. No one's marked. Picked off there by, I couldn't pick up the name of the player then as well, but is it young little Whitford?
Have a shot at goal it was, Box.
Thank you very much, Scud. I was a little bit caught away because that ball moved very, very quickly.
8-4-52 Sale, leading by 6 points. Wonthaggi 6-10-46. McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard, 20 minutes played third quarter.
There's that free kick again.
But
protected area.
It's not. There's no one in there.
There's no one there.
So they can't give us that example as they did last week.
Never again. We're not going to listen to them because it is a crock of pot.
Jackson Williams went to Fergus O'Connor, got called back and ended up going back to O'Connor anyway. And O'Connor's outlet kick towards Blair. That's Jared. Does he keep it in? No, he doesn't. The umpire says you had a couple of little twinkle toe steps outside.
And we're going to sit there and debate it all the time because now we're thinking protected area. The umpire's been, again, asked the question down here off the ball.
By the player, yeah.
Yeah, why?
So he can still stand there. That's outside. It's only I think it's what they call it, a 9-metre area, but that was from point post pretty much. So he's allowed to stand in that defensive back pocket. They do it all the time. As now they go forward again. This man, Chug, he's had another 2 bounces on the outer wing. What's his delivery like this time? It gets over the back, not quite to Tiziani, but Anderson was there, barrels it. It's offline. Does it stay in the field of play? It's all Sale back there in their defensive 50. It's McDonald, Kai, outlet kick was neat, can find a teammate in Chris Byron. And Noah Anderson's been a spark up forward for the Power this afternoon. They trail though by 6 points. Chris Byron, half-back flank, drives it towards half-forward. Johnson the target, and also Bodie Walker's in there as well. And in the end, he took an uncontested mark. Walker's got a runner, and that is Tatterson. He took on 2 tacklers. He now barrels it towards the top of the 50. Bray was back there like a goalkeeper. Gathers it, chips one towards Anderson, gets to the back of Duve, gives a handball to O'Connor, shrugs a tackle. Forward handball's going to work out okay. Does it sit for Duve? It does. Right foot kick to centre half forward. Downfield. And the free kick will go to Patterson. He can move it quickly if he can. And the umpire said no. There's going to be a player that's going to come back and take the free kick, and that name is Jared Blair. So this will allow the defence of the Magpies to flood back in. No, it's not going to be Blair in the end. It will be Hayes. So finally we've got it right. Mitch Hayes will take the kick. Fat side Tiziani, near side will be Big Tom Huther, goes to the near side, and Huther takes a mark in front of his eyes, and that's why you put your hands out in front of your head, because no one can spoil when it's there, Boxer.
When you've got the reach as Huther has, no one's going to stop you. He's going to outreach you by at least, well, he's got metre arms, hasn't he there, Beast? So it's the way to do it. It's just comic book footy.
Absolutely.
This will be a contender for a Zambrero goal today from the big ruckman. Hard up on the boundary line. He skips 2, 3, 4 times in the field of play now. Right foot kick on its way. Just missing to the near side. McDonald's at Gippsland scoreboard.
5-point lead to Sale at the 23-minute mark of the third quarter. 8-4-52. Wonthaggi now 6-11-47.
So Egg Malessi Smith. Kick out duties again. Plays on. Long kick again as we've seen all afternoon. Pack forms, big punch on there by Brown. Jack Blair picks it off. Handball inboard to Bray. Goes inside 50 looking for Jared Blair. Great spoil over the back there by his Sale defender. Again, Jared Blair follows up to Duve. Gets the 1-2. Kicks the ball inside 50 looking for Huther again. McGuinness is there. Could have been a free kick. The umpire says play on. Huther's there. Follows up his kick. McGuinness is a little bit late The umpire says, I'll have nothing of that. And we're going to have a throw-in. 50-metre line.
Don't mind that by Huther there, Box. He just didn't really know where his opponent was in McGuinness, so he sort of just stopped and propped, but managed to make a contest out of it because McGuinness was going to spoil straight over the top of him.
See another change of ruckman. This time it's Duve. He gets the tap out. Ball comes to ground. Ball's bobbling in and out. Jared Blair's there. Handball over the top. Wasn't won by Bates. He gets the ball over the top. He's got 4 to beat. Holmes is one of them for sale. And then we've got another throw-in, Scud.
Big moment, all thanks to the Moore Bowling Club. Better Beer is the 6th tap at the moment. The mysterious 6th tap. It's a 0 carb, 0 sugar, $5 pot, $7 schooners, $10 pints. And right now, you suspect that Wonthaggi, if they can get one before 3/4 time, just might give them a bit of a sniff. If Sale get one late in the quarter, it pushes it out to double digits. And the Power might just drop their head, Beast.
A bit of a wall build up here by Wonthaggi, so it'll be interesting to see if Sale can get it out.
So the boundary throw-in occurs at the top of the 50 for the Power. Egg Smith gave a handball to Holmes. He just barrels it towards the boundary line. Taint put 2 hands up. Does it stay in? No. So they've gained an extra 25 metres. And now they get a boundary throw into the Magpies.
Almost like the Great Wall of China there, Box. Do you know why they built that?
What did they build that for?
Keep the rabbits out.
They did.
Very good.
Had a plague of rabbits.
So boundary throw-in again occurs on the wing. Big ruck contest there from Leslie. Brown picked it off, wobbles one back towards his half-forward line, but Holmes gave it to Lang. In Bray line, Lang up, missed him, and a big contest occurred. There'll be a free kick Wonthaggi's way. Jai Gilmore will be the recipient and square it out to Chug.
So Gilmore goes to Chug. Chug goes on his bike again. Chugga, 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 chugga. There he goes like a big steam train. Left foot kick inside 50. No mark again there by Huther. Made a contest. Ball comes to ground to Johnson. Left foot kick outside. Didn't go anywhere further than to Jay Williams. Gets the ball back to Jack Blair. Or it's Schultz. Schultz gets the ball, kicks the ball inside 50. No one there. McGuinness tries to mark. Ball comes to ground. Tackle was good. Tackle was real good. That was Hudson Holmes who put the tackle on there for Sale. We've got a ball up, 30 metres out, directly in front. We've been playing 26 minutes. 5-point lead to Sale. Ball comes to ground. Again, wrapped up. We're going to have a ball up. So a little bit stagnant. Chug, he has absolutely owned that wing on that far side. It's great to see that you're listening at school too, Beast. Fantastic. Huther brings the ball to ground. Picked off there by Jared Blair. Wins the tap out. Puts the boys in front. The Power now have hit the front in the 3rd quarter. Coming off a fantastic tap there by Huther. And that puts the Power in front, Beast.
Yeah, just talk about experience again. Jack Blair stands up. Had to be someone from the Wonthaggi side in terms of experience. Sorry, it was Jared Blair, not Jack Blair. They look alike. And yeah, as he does, comes through, marches straight through that contest, gathers cleanly and runs into a nice open goal.
And that's Jared Blair's 2nd goal, very similar to the one he kicked at the other end, straight off the pack, taking Wonthaggi to a 1-point lead, 27-minute mark of the 3rd quarter. The McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard, 7-11-53 Wonthaggi, leading Sale, 8-4-52.
It's been a great game of football for 3 quarters, and I suspect this final quarter is going to be an absolute belter as well. Wonthaggi are looking for their first victory this year. Sale looking to bounce back. Back to the middle they go. No one can win it from the tap out. Lang was there, but it was picked up by Hayes, who kicks a high one inside forward 50. Sean comes out. It bounces over the top of his head. Tiziani attacks it with speed. Now they're under pressure, the defence. Egg Smith got a nice little handball to Hutchins. Sarin to end the 3rd quarter. And an entertaining one it was. The Power regained the lead. They led by 12 at the half. They were challenged after Sale kicked 4 goals in the 3rd quarter. They got the last 2, and they're back in front, the Wonthaggi side. 7-11-53 are leading the Sale side. 8 goals for 52. We have got 1 to go on this Saturday afternoon, and it's going to be an absolute belter. Stick with us on TRFM. It is Gippsland Live, and it's round 4 of the Alinta Energy Gippsland League, and it's all thanks to Harvey Norman Electrical Gippsland. Really entertaining game of football we're witnessing this afternoon here at Sales Main Oval. It is the Power leading by a point at three-quarter time. 7-11-53 leading Sale, 8-4-52. Paul Carter, key stats thanks to Gippsland Isuzu Ute.
It's like they hate taking turns at winning the inside 50s. Went 14-5 Wonthaggi, then it went 12-7 Sale. That one, it was 13-8 Wonthaggi. Wonthaggi also had the last 7 inside 50s for that quarter. Sale still winning the clearances thanks mainly to Shannon Lang and Hudson Holmes, 40-17. The Battle of the Ruckman, Jack Leslie, 35 hit-outs to three-quarter time. Obviously the dominant big man on the ground. Shannon Lang, as I said, 20 disposals, including 9 clearances. Hudson Holmes, 23 disposals, including 10 clearances. Derek Egmolizzi-Smith, 19 disposals. Jack Johnson, 14. Jared Blair, 19 disposals for Wonthaggi, 17 to Jack Blair. And Isaac Chugg had 6 disposals that quarter, including 4 inside 50s. A couple of those resulted in goals.
Thank you very much, Paul Carter. Daniel Hutchison here for Carpet Country this afternoon. And here's some quick scores from around the grounds, all thanks to Harvey Norman Furniture.
Yeah, up at East Gippsland, Darryl Bansdale 10-5-65, leading Mafra 7-10-52. Maul 9-6-60 have come back a little bit at Druin 6-10-46. And Lee and Gather 9-9-63 to Moe 4-6-30. Just around the grounds at Mid Gippsland, we've got Yanar leading Fish Creek 7-7-49 to 4-9-33. Foster, a little bit of an upset brewing up at Foster, 9-6-60. He's Foster to 4-7-31. Thorpedale and Morley 16-8-104 to Tura 2-3-15. Over in the North Gippsland, just a one score update. We've got Hayfield Churchill. Hayfield 16-10-106 to Churchill 6-2-38. So a bit of an upset there too.
Absolutely. Final quarter for Harvey Norman Computers is underway, and the 2 regular ruckmen go at it, Thomas and Leslie. Duve will run onto this one and put his left boot into it. Inside forward 50. Tatterson back with the flight. Can't complete the mark. He did trap it. Closing quickly there was Patterson. Now he's under a bit of pressure. Patterson's got it by one hand. And the free kick's going to go against Patterson, Beast.
Well, he had one hand on the ball and one hand on his opponent, but I'm not sure. He's called obviously holding the jumper against Patterson.
Goes to Tatterson, and that is of Sale. An interesting one in front of the past players hill here at Sale as Tatterson drives it towards the wing. Leslie is the target. Johnson, though, got a hand on it. Back there was Jack Blair. Tried to duck the shoulder and go down to ground. And the good call by the umpire. As no call, but my ball, he says. Right in front of us here in the main oval. As we said, 1 point margin. It's going to be a great last quarter. Blair gave it to Duve. Tried to don't argue. That could be holding the footy. And it is. Well umpired again. Hudson Holmes has it. And the free kick for the Magpies. Comes back 5 metres into the field of play. Should get called to play on now. And he does so. No one's heard it. Except for Cooper McGuinness. A wobbly kick. Thomas put 2 hands up. Does it sit for him to gather? It does nicely. And he's going to thump his right foot into it. Inside forward 50. Huth is there. So's McGuinness. Ground level. Patterson around the body. Kay Patterson. No one in the goal square. Running back with this one, though, is Bates. And about 3 Sale defenders. In comes, guess who? Noah Anderson. Take your hat off, young fella. You have kicked 3 goals for your club and got it out to a 7-point margin.
Worked hard forward, did he, young Anderson there. Worked really hard forward and just got himself in an absolute perfect position for the fall of that footy. But up here on the wing there, they called a play on, and not many players actually heard the umpire except Cooper McGuinness, who actually ran in, put the pressure on, caused an error there by the Sale. I think it was Hudson Holmes, who turned the ball over and they pump it inside 50.
And we are on the Harvey Norman computer scoreboard in the fourth quarter. It's 8-11-59 Wonthaggi, 7-point lead over Sale, 8-4-52. Isn't it a wonderful part of our game? That ball coming down and no one had a clue which way it was going to bounce.
Spot on. There was a great goal there by Anderson. So we've got Thomas and Leslie. Leslie taps it down to Johnson. He can't win the ball. Good pressure there by Jack Blair. Oh. He follows up with a tackle. It was like David and Goliath. Schultz wins the ball. Duve. Handball out to Gilmore. Gilmore puts the ball out to the wing there and marked by Hayes. So Hayes, he steadies the ship, plays on that left foot, goes long looking for Lindsay. Ball wasn't marked. 2v1 here. Lindsay was good enough and smart enough to get the ball to McGuinness. And he's won himself a free kick. The advantage? No. So the umpire's already called time on. So it was just a smart move there by Lindsay. Kicks the ball inside, looking for Jack Blair, who's run on probably about 50 metres. Kicks the ball inside, looking for, and he couldn't find his brother Jared. Ball goes out of bounds, forward pocket, inside Wonthaggi's forward line. We've been playing 3 minutes. Wonthaggi already on the board through Anderson. So getting a little bit tricky here for Sale.
Boundary throw in. McGuinness in the front spot. That was Jonty. Tried to tap it down to a teammate, couldn't do so. Defence is holding up. Hudson Holmes just has to kick and barrel it. Gets over the top of a couple of the contests there. Schultz was there. Coming the other direction was Bodie Walker. Gave it straight to the opponent though. And now Wonthaggi will go back forward through O'Connor. And he can find Hayes at half forward, who will wheel around on the left foot and put it in the direction of Blair. Although it got through him, Huther was there. Oh, sold Candy, gave it to Cooper McGuinness, and from a standing start, Cooper McGuinness puts it through the middle. It's out to a 13-point margin now.
Very, very, very clever by Big Huther there. You don't usually see smart play like that by Big Ruckman, but credit to him. Faked the handball because all the Sale defenders were going towards Jared Blair. And that's where they all went, and he went, I'll just go the other way, over to Cooper McGuinness.
Anything you want to say generally about Ruckman, Beast?
No, they're the pick of the bunch, that's for sure.
13-point lead to Wonthaggi at the 4-minute mark of the final quarter on the Harvey Norman computer scoreboard. Wonthaggi 9-11-65, leading Sale 8-4-52.
Great to see the big boys of the game having an influence in the result here. Leslie down to Lang. Lang gets wrapped up immediately and it's holding the ball.
Tackle.
Great tackle there by Patterson.
He's been good.
He's been excellent with that new number change.
Very solid.
Drives it in long, inside 50, and in front was Blair.
Wow.
So the game's really starting to open up here, all in favour of the Power. So it's a great kick inside.
We've mentioned it every quarter. Wonthaggi want to go early and want to go quick early to get their to try and get some scoreboard pressure on the board. Exactly what they've done again this quarter. I wouldn't be surprised if they get a couple of goals ahead and just try and go a little bit more defensive and lock down a little bit.
So Blair, he'll kick right on 50 for an incredible start to the Power in this final quarter. Little bit of a shuffle, gets the arc on the ball. I think it's going to drop short, and it is, and it has it.
Oh. A millimetre.
That wasn't much in that.
14-point lead to Wonthaggi now. We've played 5.5 minutes into the final quarter. Harvey Norman computer scoreboard 9-12-66 Wonthaggi, 8-4-52 Sale.
Egg Malessi Smith brings it in, comes grandstand side. Byron is the target, been in front. Tatterson, nicely done. And the youngster for Sale still can play junior footy, this fella. Has some talent. Has played, I think, a game with Gippsland Power, certainly on their list as Tatterson drives it towards the wing area. Jack Leslie unopposed. Takes the mark. They need a spark from someone. He's going to switch it to the far side of the ground. Jared Blair and Tainch. Tainch takes the mark. Just held up nicely. He's got a player forward. It's Will Leslie. Give a handball to the runner in Hudson Holmes. Sold Candy. Got around one. And from 49 metres, Hudson Holmes gets underneath it. Won't make the distance. Wonthaggi need to kill it. Although is there a mark in the goal square? The umpire said no. It will be my ball. Jared Freeman was the one that nearly marked that in the goal square. We're going to ball up 2 metres out of Sale's goal. Jack Johnson to do the ruck duties. Tried to take it and then kick it out of fresh air. Gilmore will barrel one outside. Defensive 50. It doesn't find the boundary line. Chug wins it and does very nicely. He gave a handball to Duve and releases him. Inboard kick is risky. Gets over the top of Egg Malessi Smith, but Jack Blair was there. Egg Malessi Smith goes again. Handball over the shoulder, missed the target. Tiziani now left to behind. Hutchins puts a strong tackle on. And the umpire will ball it up on the wing. Chug was good in that 2-on-1 contest, Beast.
Absolutely he was, and he tried to take off, but he just got held up. Wonthaggi clearly trying to go inboard and take the game on still.
Ruckman, that was Leslie. Another tap to his brother, who's tapped it on again, looking for Lang. He picks it off. Great little handball over the top. He goes into McDonald. McDonald's kick inside wasn't great. Didn't give his forwards any chance. O'Connor's there. Wins the ball out, takes his time. Beautiful kick out to Hayes on the wing. He's got plenty of time as well. Sways up his options. He's just going to play slow play for the minute. Goes to Williams. His kick wasn't great. A little bit sloppy, to be honest. And he's wrapped up there by Freeman. And we're going to have a ball up.
Fergus O'Connor down back has been enormous today for Gippsland Ozuzu Ute. One of our contenders for our player of the day.
Still seem to think the Ruckman are probably right up there, Beast, if you agree.
Yeah, I guess you could say that, Bob.
Yeah. So we've got Thomas and Leslie. Ball up. They go at it. Leslie again over the back to advantage, but nothing there now. Ball comes to ground. Playing a little bit of flip-flop. Ball gets one out, though, by Hudson Holmes. There he is again, O'Connor. But he's happy to go over the boundary line. We're going to have another throw in.
What's flip-flop?
I don't know. Isn't it slip-slop?
Not sure it's a game. 8.5 minutes, final quarter for Harvey Norman Computers.
We played in Italy.
As the ball up occurs, half-forward build-up for the Magpies. Johnson goes to ground. Ball now in dispute, needs to be won. And it's tried to be squeezed out by Dowse. Couldn't get it to a teammate. They want holding the footy. Play on, said the umpire. Bray with his head over the footy. Strong tackle there was from Andrew Campbell with the Magpies. And Bray still fighting for it. The umpire will cross his arm as just need a little bit proppier there coming off as Tatterson will come back on. And it looks to be Whitford coming off. Keep an eye on that one for us, Beast, at ground level. For Carpet Country, big tap by Jack Leslie. Got it to his attacking 50. Doob head over the footy. Bray just gathers it, kicks to the wing. Goes in that Tatterson direction. Chug has to win it. Johnson was there though. Picked it off. Gave a forward handball to Walker. Now to Tatterson. Right foot kick under pressure. Does it find a target? Not quite. And the Wonthaggi defence through Bray was good. Doob was back there. Strong. Stood up in a tackle. Schultz goes into the contest. Backpedals very quickly. Gets out towards Jackson Williams. The squaring kick needs to be spot on. Turnover. Freeman marked it. Gave it across now to Campbell, and Thomas Campbell slammed it home for the Magpies. And the switch kick. Dangerous. Costly.
Yeah, he just got a little bit excited. I'm not sure if he just had a bit of a rush of blood there, Scud, and just thought, I'll try and pull the trigger, but he was miles off that kick, and geez, that was a dangerous kick, and it did not pay off at all.
Margin back to 8 points, and we're 10 minutes into the final quarter. The Harvey Norman Computer scoreboard has Wonthaggi 9-12-66, leading Sale 9-4-58.
Just one of those little errors you make if the kick hits. He's a hero. If it doesn't, then he's not. Unfortunately, this time he wasn't. So a much-needed goal there to the Maggies. Back to the middle. Thomas and Leslie. Leslie again wins it down. The Lang couldn't get it. Overruns it. Hudson home. Little trick out. Gets it to Lang. His handball as well. Comes out. Here is Byron. Byron couldn't win the ball again. Ran on there by Jack Johnson. He's well tackled by Bray.
Yep.
That's a match-winning tackle in my book. He only needed another couple of inches. He was gone into an open goal. And he dragged him down by the jumper. So a great tackle there by the Dow defender, Bray. So he's going to take his time. He has got a lot to kick to. Sale have really clogged it up. So he goes down the line, out to the far wing. Great lead, great mark. Patterson on the chest. So he plays on immediately.
Good
gets
kick.
the ball inside and finds Lindsay. His handball quickly to Tiziani.
Cooper McGuinness.
And McGuinness is on the lead. Picks the ball up, actually controls it very well at his feet. Handball on by Patterson, his run on. It's a great run on there by Patterson, but again, a good tackle by Tainch as well. So some great passages of play then. Only to see Tainch rewarded with the free kick.
We're going to see a little bit of this now, risk and reward, as they kick in the middle of the ground to Johnson, handball to Holmes. Holmes now runs into traffic, and that's holding the footy. We got big moments left, right and centre at the moment.
Huge.
Margin at 8 points, 11.5 minute mark of the final quarter. O'Connor gets called to play on, goes short to Tiziani, finds him in the middle of the ground. He's got out wide. Gilmore can go there. Gilmore's got Bates if he wants him. It's ignored. And he's got some space. No one mans the mark, so he takes the grass that's in front of him. Touches it down. He wanted to go backwards, but there's no one there. He decides to go forward. Cooper McGuinness will fly over the top of Egg Smith. No mark. Play on. Huther gave a handball to Bates. Bates gets it to Sean. John will kick around his body and hit the upright. That's the minor post. After it bounced and hit the ground, which means it's a boundary throw-in.
He had one-on-ones all forward of him too. Was it Holmes? And he just chose not to pull the trigger when he probably could have. Definitely back in your forwards this stage of the game.
Dangerous spot for the Sale defenders. Huther was there, gathered it, got tackled quickly. Umpire quick on the whistle. Says my ball. 8 point margin. Wonthaggi lead it, searching for their first victory for this year. Egg Smith kicks it straight up and down. The mark wasn't paid as Lindsay comes to spoil Holmes. Johnson tries to win it. Holmes goes back, got tackled, swung around 360. Ball goes over, boundary throw-in.
Looks like they're both going to play a spare now. We've got Shannon Bray for the power spare in defensive half, so there must be another one up there somewhere, Scott. I can't actually see them for Sale.
Sun shining on a Saturday afternoon. Sale's main oval. Wonthaggi travel. Lindsay out of this stoppage. Handball to open space. Hayes puts on the tackle and tries to lock it in as Jack Johnson tries to extract it out of something and can't do so. So again, we'll have another ball up directly in front of Wonthaggi's goals. 49 metres out though. Leslie with a tap down. No one's going anywhere. We'll do it again. Here's Nick Lucchino on Gippsland Live. All thanks to Harvey Norman Electrical Gippsland.
Yeah, 13 minutes played, top of the arc, inside Wonthaggi's forward 50. Jared Blair, Brown, and Doob on the bench. Ball comes out from Jack Leslie again. The ball's wrapped up.
Was Jack Johnson spare for sale around that stoppage there?
Yep.
So it's Thomas again with Leslie. Leslie's big punch forward goes to the middle of the ground here. Picked off there by the young fella. I can't make it out who it is at the minute.
Williams.
It is Williams. It's a great tackle. The umpire was really quick with the whistle.
Free kick Sale.
It is free kick to Freeman. So Freeman in the middle of the ground here in the nest. Goes out wide to Egg Molessi Smith. Holds the ball up. The quick play has stopped. What were you going to say, Beast?
No, casual one-hand mark from Egg
Yeah,
Smith out there.
So inside the middle of the ground, it's Johnson. He goes out wide again.
She just holding on to it,
Egg
aren't they?
Molessi Smith. They're really holding the ball up here, the power as well. So they've got a lot to kick too, so they're trying to work the free player. Tatterson's there as well. He's actually directing traffic too while he kicks the ball inside 50. A great kick inside. Lang was there. He couldn't mark. There is Brian. He follows up the ball, gets the ball and keeps the ball inside his forward 50. The umpire's actually paid deliberate. Yep. And it is now a time to play with a fly like we did last week in Maffra.
Fergus O'Connor with the free kick. He side leads by 8 points. 15-minute mark, final quarter. I think about 10 minutes to go in the game. As he drives it out wide, it clears the pack, gets over the top there. Mason Anir gathers it, handballs forward. Will Leslie just missed him. Cooper McGuinness got swung around the tackle, somehow got a handball across to Jackson Williams. Drives it half forward. Shot is on, and he can mark, and he played on quickly, has a bounce, holding the footy. And just the spatial awareness, unfortunately, there for the youngster. Hasn't come off. Hutchins will square it out wide. And they'll quickly move it through Tatterson. Half-back flank comes to the wing. Can find the teammate. And that teammate is Cutler. Cutler's got one inboard. It's Holmes. He can mark. He can play on. And he goes inside forward 50. The target is Jack Leslie. He doesn't get there. And taking the mark is Hayes. You'll see a little bit of this. The forward has rolled back to give an extra hand down back. There'll be a few of those beasts, you think?
I do like the build-up, though, from Sale a lot quicker. They cannot afford to go as slow because Wonthaggi pretty much pushed their whole ground into the defensive half.
So Hayes, short kick to the near side. Holmes in the front spot. Strong mark. And Sale are going to reload and go again. They trail by 8. Holmes waits. They want to hold on to this ball. Chips it over the top. Freeman's a target, but in the front spot was Byron, and that's Chris. He plays on, kicks it towards Leslie, and he can go up and have one good bite at it. Can't complete the mark, though. Thomas just fell on it, a la Sam Draper style. The umpire said no, we'll ball it up. 16 3/4 minutes gone. Final quarter, 8-point the margin, Wonthaggi.
Leslie, ball comes to ground. Jared Blair's there. And lends into support to O'Connor. His quick out is not to really anyone in particular, but clears the area anyway. Tainch done it well, wins the ball, but Jack Blair's kick was errant, and it went to Jack Blair. He plays on, gets the overlap and kick to McGuinness, who's got a paddock to run into. He holds the ball up.
No one forward 50.
No one there at all. So it was really good play then too by Cooper McGuinness. Squares the ball inside to Jack Blair again where it came. So they're really holding the ball up here now, the power.
What's for Noah Anderson in this bit of play? Down forward.
So Blair's prepared just to play a little bit of slow play. O'Connor of Wonthaggi. True wing. City Main Oval. We've been playing 17.5 minutes in this last quarter. Ball goes back inside to Jack Blair. And the umpire's found a free kick.
Oh, they're going to turn it over. It's against Wonthaggi.
There's a Sale player down. Looks like
Hutchins.
It might be Hutchins.
More importantly, though, Box, there's a free kick to Sale on the wing.
So Tainch goes inboard, finds Walker. Walker holds it up. He needs the quick play. Beast wants the quick play, and he does. Lang marks on his chest. Still 70 out from their goals. Sale really need to get this ball inside. into good hands. Lang plays on. Gets the ball deep inside 50, looking for Johnson. He couldn't mark. Ball comes to ground. Could be a free kick, and it is.
Yep.
It's going to go against Byron.
To Schultz.
And he's actually gone on with it a little bit as well.
This should be 50, surely.
There must have been something said there because Byron's not a happy camper.
Well, Schultz just got driven into the ground after the free kick. And you'd think this will be 50.
Tried to rip his head off in the first tackle and then...
No 50.
No, the umpires let it go.
So the kick goes out to Patterson. He'll drive it towards the wing area. Jack Blair's the target in the front spot, though,
Right,
Shannon
Mark.
Lang. And as we said, it'll be class that will prevail. There's still a little bit of niggle inside forward 50. Oof. Lang's inboard kick to Whitford. And Whitford will look up. He's going to go straight down the middle of the ground. Why wouldn't you? Jack Leslie can't get to this one. Jack Johnson might. Flies forward deep. Comes to ground level. Oh, strong by Brown, the youngster. Held his ground. And there is a free kick. There was an elbow raised. And the free kick's going to go Brown's way. As Johnson tried to... Well, I won't say. As Brown, little kick, chip kick. More importantly, the Power want the 4 points.
We'll
than
say
the fight.
trying to give him a haircut, Scud.
He was.
Young Joe Dirt.
He's pat him on the back and just said, good on you, young fella.
All right, so all's okay. We're about to tick into time on. 20 minutes are just about to pass. It's the Power hanging on by 8 points. It's a boundary throw in the moment. The top of Sales 50, though. Jonty McGuinness taps it down and has to do the roving as well. Hudson Holmes kicks around the body. Brown goes back with courage again. No one can mark it. Tap forward by Butcher. And Bates goes straight for the boundary line. Bodie Walker wanted deliberate. The umpire said no. And we'll ball it in. Nick Lucchino, Daniel Hutchison, and Paul Carter for Gippsland Live this afternoon, right on TRFM. We've got a cracking game finishing here.
Hudson Holmes has had 14 clearances today.
So we've got, it was Johnson and Bray. Ball comes to Johnson, who wins the ball hard. Patterson, left hand ball to Chug. Chug, gets on that left foot. Great left foot too, looking for Huther. Might have kicked him into a winning position. The bounce actually favoured Huther in the end. Does a bit of a blind turn. His kick was smothered then beautifully by Egmalesi Smith. Ball comes in ball, but Tiziani's in front of Leslie, and that's Will Leslie. And he marks and stopped what could have been a real good thrust there by Sale. The Tiziani holds the ball up. Goes inboard. Again, we've seen this before. Again, slow play. Bates drives the ball inside deep 50 this time, looking for Huther. He's got 2 to beat. McGuinness did well, got the punch to ground.
Here he is.
Here he is now, Anderson, the man of the moment. We've got a little bit of action happening behind the ball too between Walker and O'Connor. Keep an eye on that one, beast. Chugs there for Wonthaggi. He's tackled beautifully there by Johnson. And we're going to have a ball up. So wasted energy by Walker and O'Connor, I reckon, this time of the game. Got a game to win here, boys.
Yep.
Simple as that. Leslie, tapped down at Hudson, who was tackled, didn't get the free kick. Chugged it again, wins it, but his kick wasn't great. Picked up there by Dowse, his left foot kick inside. Byron's there, couldn't mark. Walker, now he's spent because he's been fighting for the last 3 minutes. Could have been the ball. Ball comes to ground. Could be out of bounds, and it is. True interchange bench right in front of the commentary box.
He's called for someone to come on for him too. He's going to walk to the bench, but he spent up that much energy then that I reckon even mentally he's turned his back on the play and ran straight into his opponent, his teammate trying to mark the footy.
21 3/4 minutes, final quarter. Johnson just slaps it forward again. Bates was back there, didn't want to take control. Johnson ran onto it, then got tackled. Got a handball away. Will Leslie with a handball to Byron. Now it goes over the top to Campbell. Lang will get on the end of this. 49 metres out. Shannon Lang to bring it back from right to left. Hits the post. I said class would prevail in the final quarter, and that was very close.
9-5-59 with that poster. It's a 7-point ball game. Wonthaggi 9-12-66. Harvey Norman Computers scoreboard. 22-minute mark, final quarter.
This will go down to the wire. Schultz for the Power to bring it in. Goes to the dead pocket. Duve is going to be risky. Come inboard. It's going to come off only just. Bray has got a runner now. Well, that reward's going to be high. Schultz runs outside 50, touches it down on the ground, goes to the wing area. Nicely done. And Dickinson can mark on the wing. He's got the run and draw handball over the top. And now they're away. The kick goes inside forward 50. Sean's out the back. Can he elevate and mark? Can't quite do so. And the ball is over for a boundary throw-in. But it's at the other end of the ground where Sale won it. And Wonthaggi will take a breath. 7-point margin in favour of the Power. 9-12-66, lead the Magpies 9-5-59. Is there a chance for a Zambrero goal today, Boxer?
Yeah, well, hopefully there might be. Johnson was tackled, not for an free kick to Leslie. Drives the ball back into the middle of the ground looking for his brother. He was second up, couldn't mark. Chug was there. What a last quarter he's been playing. Hoother, great punch there by McGuinness. Tatterson over the top. Then to Campbell. Campbell finds himself on the wing. Actually, it's Byron. Byron's kicked to Campbell now. But Campbell didn't mark. He could have marked, put himself in a better position. But Bray, ever experienced Bray, held him up. Sale with 3-on-1 then, Beast.
Bit premature on the call box, I think. I'm not sure if he accidentally blew his whistle again, this umpire, but I'm not sure why we've got a ball up.
And one of those players that Sale could be actually dreading whether they don't get played. We've been playing nearly 20. We've been playing 24 minutes. It's Bray and Johnson over the top. Umpire's going to pay a free now. He surely does. His knee was on his shoulder. So is that a free kick though?
What's that for? Why is that going against Johnson?
He actually touched the ball when he was up there.
He just jumped over his head.
That's they called it high contact, but that's not his fault. He can jump high.
In a ruck contest.
All right. Well, Shannon Bray has it. More importantly for the Power, the lateral kick to Jacob Thomas was just okay. 24 and a half minutes gone. Jacob Thomas is going to go back to Shannon Bray. I'm not sure they should hold on to this one just yet. It is 7 points though. And Bray will come to the near side. He's got Duve. And Duve can't mark, but he'll put it over the boundary line for a boundary throw-in.
The quarters have gone between 27 and a half and 28 minutes so far.
We'll see how long to go. The timekeepers are not too far away from us. And we're just trying to get a little bit of an indication. 7 minutes is left to go, so still plenty of time to play in this game of footy. 25-minute mark. Thank you very much to the timekeepers next to us. There's 7 minutes to go in this game, so a 7-point margin to Wonthaggi. 7 seconds, sorry. It was 7 seconds to go, not 7 minutes. The siren sounded. And Wonthaggi won their first game for season 2024.
He set you up then, Scott.
Yes, she did. I think she might have. But it doesn't matter for the Power supporters. They win. It was 9-12-66. The Wonthaggi have defeated the Magpies. 9-5-59 away from home. And we got the post-game coming up after the break. What a big win for the Power. They hold on. They kicked 2-1 in the final quarter. And they win it by 7 points in the end. You've been listening to Gippsland Live. We'll wrap things up here. Don't forget, there's a big double header happening later on tonight. But before that, we'll have a chat to the victorious Wonthaggi Power side, our Gippsland Live player of the day. And it is all thanks to Harvey Norman, Electrical Gippsland.